Thomas Paine, Sam Adams, Benjamin Franklin. These men spoke up for what they thought was right. From their courage came such documents as the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States. From their willingness to speak what was sometimes unpopular but right, we enjoy such liberties as freedom of speech, the right to keep and bear arms, and freedom of religion. There are those who still wish to oppress our freedoms, and there are still patriots willing to stand up and defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Men like Zeb Bell, who honor our founding fathers and what they stood for. It's now time for Zeb at the ranch, speaking up and defending your freedoms. Brought to you by Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers and all of the other great advertisers on the program. And now, Zeb Bell.
I know I'm going to get in trouble over this, but I think it's funny. While her husband is off at work, the blonde wife decides that she is going to paint a couple of rooms in the house. Her husband comes home at 5:30 and smells the distinctive smell of paint. He walks into the living room and finds his wife lying on the floor in a pool of sweat. He notices that she is wearing a heavy parka and a leather jacket at the same time. He goes over and asks her if she's okay, and she says, yeah. And then he asks her what she's doing. And she replies that she wanted to prove to him that not all blonde women are dumb, and she wanted to do it by painting the house. He then asks her why she has a parka over her leather jacket. And she replies that she was reading the directions on the paint can, and it said, don't get ahead of me now. For the best results, put on 2 coats. Here comes Kate Smith and God Bless America, followed by a pledger with our Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning on a Thursday. Tonight's the Pilgrim Pride dinner at the Golden Heritage. Don't miss it. We're going to give away a free ticket here in just a little bit. And I'm Zeb Bell at Zeb at the Ranch with our major sponsor, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers, all 7 locations serving you, along with some of our great advertisers, Lee's Furniture, Floors, and More at 459 Overland in Burley, and Ramsey Heating and Electric at 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley. And right now, here she is, a brunette that is extremely sharp.
Put 2 coats on.
I'm sorry. I had to do that. It was, I thought, very cute.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I did.
Anyway.
Happy Thursday, by the way.
Oh, happy, emphasize, happy Thursday.
Yeah. It's going to be a busy day.
Goodness sakes, have I got a lot to do. Yeah. Tonight's the Pilgrim Pride dinner, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to get all set for that. And you've got an event tonight, too.
Yes, we've got the Minidoka County Historical Museum Veterans Program that's going to be tonight. Mm-hmm.
And also the same group, the Youth for Liberty, is going to be posting our colors also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, wonderful.
Yeah.
So that means Kennedy gets to do double duty.
Well, I don't know if they're going to use the same group or if they got another set of kids.
I think that they have another set of kids.
Okay.
I don't know. We'd have to ask George.
Well, other than that, how are you?
I am doing fantabulous. It's going to be a busy day, and we just need to keep smiles on our faces as we march.
Is that a threat?
No. I'm trying to motivate myself and give myself that positive affirmation because it's going to be a crazy.
Positive affirmation, you say? Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, then let's go to the weather. Oh no, we got to do a pledge
first.
No, we got
to do the pledge first. We've got Carl on for the pledge.
Oh, good heavens! I almost forgot, my dear friend. Carl, go ahead, please.
Good morning, Zeb. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was very well said, and I love the emphasis. Thank you, Carl. God bless you, and have a good day.
You too, my friend.
Thank you. Time for the weather with Michael Rogers, weather.com, brought to you by Cheney Flooring and Home Design, 1228 Oakley Avenue in Burley. Look for their blue door. There it is. I see it. Carpet and flooring, kitchen construction, home decoration. By the way, they've got all your Christmas decorations in there. Wow. I'm going to turn Deanne loose to go over there and take a look. Man, oh man, it's nice. And they really have whatever you need to make your house a home. At Cheney Flooring and Home Design, 1228 Oakley Avenue in Burley. Look for the blue door. And right now, Michael Rogers weather.
You got weather action starting today. It's going to work your way toward the weekend. Now, your area, the eastern Magic Valley, is being handled by the National Weather Service in Pocatello. And there are two Weather Service offices. I go between both of them and make sure I'm consistent with the forecast for both. You've got a storm system coming through, and if you see verbiage or you see watches and warnings for faces further east of you, further north of you, further south of you, you're going to kind of look out with all the precipitation. For instance, Pocatello is going to be looking for more rain, more snow than rain. Burley's going to be looking for a slight chance of a mixture of rain versus snow. So this is what you're going to be working your way to toward the weekend. Temperatures low to mid-30s for the daytime high. That's going to be consistent all the way through the weekend. Overnight lows will be in the low 20s. Otherwise, can't stress it enough. Whether you have precipitation on the ground in the form like Buffalo of 6 feet of snow or 6 inches, be careful. Please be careful and talk to everybody tomorrow morning. 10 toes and 10 toes. Enjoy the weather.
There you go, Michael Rogers weather. God bless him. Very, very interesting weatherman. Brought to you by Cheney Flooring and Home Design, 1228 Oakley Avenue in Burley, 678-6945. Look for the blue door. Merv May, come on in. Let's sell some cattle this morning.
All right, hey, good set of steer calves there. Here you go, $31, $1.5, $31, $1.5, $32, $2.5.
Oh, that is the chant of the world's best auctioneer, Merv May, over at the Burley Livestock Sale Yard, 1100 Occidental Avenue in Burley, with sale time at 10 a.m. The sale that works for you. Merv May, Cade Rogge, and Lance Udy, all of them ready to help you today. And boy, have they got a good run. Let's talk about some of the cattle coming in. Dennis Bort's over to Declo. Hello, Dennis. How you doing? 30 head of calves coming in. Boyd War Ranch out of Grouse Creek. Semi-load of calves. The Bar O Ranch at Montello, Nevada. Man, when you're out at Montello, you're out at Montello. Semi-load of calves. And Barry Peterson of Oakley bringing in a semi-load of cows. Riverview Ranch out of Grouse Creek bringing in a semi-load of steer calves. Ron Skidmore of Stone, Idaho. Got a lot of friends over in that area. 26 head of heifer calves coming in. Melvin Wagner, American Falls, 20 head of calves. Rockland Valley Ranch up at Rockland, 35 head of calves. Southridge Dairy, 90 head of cows. Moo Mountain Dairy, 30 head of cows. Kelly Searle, Burley, 30 head of 600-pound calves. And Bedke, K-Savvy Ranch, 35 head of cows. As I said, 10 a.m. starting time for the Burley Livestock Sale. The sale that works for you, 678-9411, the number. You give them a call. Merv, sell those steers.
All right, hey, good set of steer calves there. Here you go, $31, $1.5, $31, $1.5, $32, $2.5, $3.5, $134, $4.5, $5.5, $130, $5.50, $135, $7.35. Does that bell get the bottom?
Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't mind getting the bottom price on that. Very, very good. Hey, we are going to give away a ticket to the Pilgrim Pride dinner tonight at 5 p.m., and I'm going to ask a question right now, and the first person to call in with the answer is going to get a ticket. And if you dress up as a pilgrim or an Indian tonight, you might win a prize. Come to the dinner. It's going to be a lot of fun starting at 5 p.m. at the Golden Heritage Senior Center. Pilgrim Pride dinner. Here's the question. It's a real easy one this morning. For anybody that can go back into the archives of television, you can remember this. This guy was huge. He was very, very big and strong. It was about 6'6", 6'7", and he was the actor that played Cheyenne on the Western TV series Cheyenne. Who was that? What was the actor's name? First person to call in gets the ticket for the dinner tonight. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to tell you about Ramsey Heating and Electric at 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley, 678-0459. Cold weather's here, and be sure and make sure that your furnace is all serviced and ready to go. Also with brand new air filters, not the cheap ones that don't last worth a hoot. You get the good ones right there at Ramsey Heating and Electric, 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley. Open 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, where they provide warm winters and cool summers. Ramsey Heating and Electric. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, I think that was Clint Walker, a man about my size, except for the first number. I'm 5'6", 6'6". So it's close.
Who's calling, please?
This is old Art.
Art, doggone it, better known as Johnny Cash. I'll tell you what, Art Smith, you better be at that dinner, because I'm going to leave the ticket right there at the front desk for you, okay?
I'll be there.
I'll look forward to it. Clint Walker is right. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Zeb, for everything you do.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much. I think he's a really nice guy. Art right there. Clint Walker, yeah, great big guy. Not probably on today's standards the best actor, but just did a really good job on that TV show, Cheyenne. We're going to kind of get through things here this morning. Real quick, I want to remind you about Valley White Home and Ranch at 910 South Oneida in Rupert. And Sean and Mandy and everybody, they've got all your winter needs. I mean, don't be driving here for snow melt and over there for shovels and over there for warm clothing. No. You got to save fuel and save time. It's all there at Valley White Home and Ranch. They've got all your heaters and all your cold weather needs. New coats, hats, gloves, everything is right there at Valley White Home and Ranch. And nice people to boot. You're going to love shopping there at Valley White Home and Ranch, 910 South Oneida in Rupert. You stop in and see them today. Our friends, and I'm going to get Gina involved in this, our friends in the studio across the hall, and for me it would be across the river and through the woods.
Yes.
Cat Country with Scotty and Chris, they are having the Cat Turkey Drive, and it's going to end this morning at 11 a.m.,
yes.
And they're asking for turkeys to be donated to local charities, and I'm telling you, any and every single time that I've had a promotion project, Scotty and Chris have jumped in and said, hey, we'll do some cross-advertising on our station for you. Well, I want to do as much as I can to help them. Gina, is there anything more I need to add to this?
Well, okay, so all of the, here's what you can do. You can call up Scotty and Chris and donate a turkey. Their phone number live on the air is 436-5288. Call them up, donate a turkey. You can do challenges, whatever. All of the turkeys that we collect through 11 o'clock this morning are going to go to local charities here in the Mini-Cassia area. Ron and Deb Anderson with Alaska's Best for their turkey feed that they're going to do at the Rupert Elks. Also to Charlie's Cafe, because they do a free turkey feed, and the Oasis Outreach. And then I do believe there's one other charity that they're going to donate to. The goal this year is 400 turkeys. I know that we can totally beat that. So if you can find it in your heart to donate or maybe throw out a challenge, you can do that. Just call
okay, now
436-5288.
Let me ask you a question. Do they have to actually give physically the turkey itself or a certificate?
What they can do is you can buy the turkey and drop it off right here at the radio station, or what you can do is go to Swenson's or Stokes, purchase the turkey there, and those two grocery stores will hold those turkeys, and then we will go and pick them up.
Put Deanne and Zeb down for a turkey for Scotty and Chris.
You got it.
Please.
I can do that for you.
And we'll take care of when we're over in that neck of the woods this afternoon, and we will go to an establishment and make sure that there's notice, and we'll take care of it.
You got it. I will let them know. Thank you.
All right. And everybody.
We've got Al on the phone, too.
All right. Everybody help those folks. They're really good folks.
Yes.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Smiley Face.
Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot for going along with that turkey drive. Excuse me. Turkey drive. We sure need them for these people around here.
Absolutely.
So let's get in people and let's start putting it out in the market.
Absolutely.
I'd like to thank you, Jeb, for your help getting the news out about that meeting last night. It was a very good success. It's been put on kind of a hold and I admire the commissioners for listening to us for a change.
Well, that is well stated. And please, I hope they and you will keep me informed as to what's going on.
Yeah, I talked to Mr. Crane. He called me over after the meeting, and we've done a little talking. So,
okay.
We really got them to thinking about what's going on over here.
Okay.
And I believe that they're going to really help the situation out.
All right. Well, Al, it takes big people on both sides, and I'm not making light of this. It takes great big minds to sit down and try to work things out, and I appreciate what you said. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, have a good one.
Hey, God bless you, man.
Turkey's in.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Caller, I'll be right there. Don't you dare go away. If you do, you got to pay a fine. Barry Equipment and Rental, you got to buy a turkey. Eli, Nick, and the whole crew, they got 3 locations: Addison Avenue West in Twin Falls, South Lincoln and Jerome, and, of course, the big new one right there at 159 West Highway 30 in Burley. They have the equipment to get the job done, any job done, right. Let me tell you, they've got all the Coyote tractors and all the Bobcat loaders, and they got those big, powerful Doosan loaders. Have you seen them? Man, they ain't got to load anything. And I'll tell you what, they can help you learn how to use them and everything, and whether you're looking to buy or lease, they're the people to talk to because they understand big, heavy equipment. I'll guarantee you. Barry Equipment and Rental. As I said, Twin Falls on Addison Avenue West, Jerome, South Lincoln, and 159 West Highway 30 in Burley, and they wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Zeb, I just had a comment to make about Clint Walker. When I was a teenager, the Snake River Stampede over there in Caldwell, we were riding in a parade there for the rodeo, and Clint Walker was the guest. And I remember walking up to him, and he was sitting on a big Palomino horse and just dwarfed that horse.
Yeah.
And he reached down to shake my hand, and it was like 2 or 3 of my hands just to shake his hand. The man was just huge. He must have been 40 inches across the shoulders at least.
He was. He was.
I just had to make that comment because he was, that's always stuck in my mind. He just looked like that horse just almost couldn't carry him. He was so big.
I know it. And there wasn't in his time on the television show, he was not at all heavy. I mean, he was built like he was chiseled out of stone.
He was. It was an amazing man. I've never forgot him. And when you said that today, boy, that just clicked. And I had to call and make that comment.
All right, sir. God bless you and happy Thanksgiving to you.
Same to you.
Thank
Bye
you.
now.
You know, some of the old, I hate to use that word, some of the past Western stars, that's when television I thought was really good. When we had like James Garner starring along with Jack Kelly on Maverick, and then we had Gunsmoke with James Garner and Dennis Weaver, and even Burt Reynolds was on Gunsmoke for a while as the horseshoer. And those were Westerns that the good guys always won. And you could always depend there was going to be a fist fight and maybe a little gunplay and everything, but the good guys won. That's the way it should have been. Steve McQueen used to be on a TV series, Wanted Dead or Alive. I'm telling you, those were some good old days right there. But Clint Walker, he's a big cowboy. Calls are welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. I also want to remind you about our friends at Denny's Restaurant. Wow. When I think about Denny's, and I think about all the fun we've had over there with Zeb's Lunch Bunch, but then I got to remember the food. Oh, my. The food, the breakfast menu is my favorite, okay? I love breakfast. Well, I'm treated. They've got the best of everything on the breakfast menu. And then, of course, the luncheon specials and the dinner specials, and if somebody's having a birthday, you go in and show them your ID, you get a free Grand Slam. I always want to say Grand Slam. I don't know why, but Grand Slam. And they've also got a new location. They're located at Denny's Restaurant, 611 Overland in Burley, and they've got another one that's just doing gangbusters on Poline Road in Twin Falls. They treat people right. Absolutely. When you're hungry, think of Denny's Restaurant. 611 Overland in Burley and on Poline in Twin Falls, the home of Zeb's Lunch Bunch. Nice people. All right, calls are welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. Give us a jingle on the landline. Tonight, the big Pilgrim Pride dinner at the Golden Heritage Senior Center starting at 5 p.m. Then we're going to have a special flag presentation and songs by some wonderful, wonderful people. And the dinner's going to be fantastic. Turkey and ham and all the trimmings and games. The Golden Heritage Senior Center wanted to make this a family event. And it's just going to be a lot of fun for the entire family. So everybody be there. And the price is right, for heaven's sakes. $5 a ticket, and you're going to go out of there just feeling like you went through a huge smorgasbord. The food's going to be great. And the games and everything. Come on down and help support a Meals on Wheels fundraiser at the Golden Heritage tonight starting at 5 o'clock. All right, give me a call, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. Tonight, at our time, 6 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'm very serious when I say this, and I know the Democrats and the liberals and those that lean to the left are going to be mad at me, but I don't care. Something very serious is going to take place tonight at our time, 6 o'clock, and we could be seeing our Constitution stepped on and shredded. And President Barack Obama is going to break the law tonight. Now, you say to yourself, now wait a minute, Zeb, aren't you getting a little bit too wound up and saying that he's breaking the law? No, not at all. He is going to break the law tonight. He is going to step over the Constitution. And he is going to act like a king and an emperor with his own way taking precedence instead of listening to the American people and instead of going through the proper channel, Congress, to get an immigration reform handled. Here's what I think is going to happen tonight. And if you disagree, great, give me a call. I believe that he's just going to be very basic, and he's only got a short time. I think he's going to deliver this speech from a high school in Nevada. I think he's going to come out and give amnesty to 5 million people. I think he's going to give amnesty to 5 million people and destroy the wealth and real meaning of becoming an American citizen. I think that there's going to be very little, if any, said about border control. I think he's going to whitewash over that. I don't think President Obama, if he does address it, it will be extremely short and probably not take more than 10 or 15 seconds of his speech. And I think that he's going to prove tonight that he is using this stepping stone at this high school in Nevada for future executive orders and actions to supersede the laws of this country and our Constitution. I'm really worried about what's going to happen tonight. I'm really afraid as to what kind of a precedence this is going to set. And I believe, this is again me talking, that we are going to see, if the Republicans have any backbone at all, we're going to see a clash of the titans right after the new Senate takes over. If, again, they have any backbone at all. And it's time to start showing it. Calls are welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. I'll take your calls, but right now, time for the Capital Press Ag Minute, and it's brought to you by Pacific Steel and Recycling. These are such nice people, really. You ought to just go in and talk to them someday. Helping those in need, and they're asking you to bring in any new or gently used coats, clothes, blankets, or toys for children ages 1 to 5, and then they'll also help you get $10 more per ton for scrap iron and 5-cent bonus on aluminum. Yes, they are helping the community. Pacific Steel and Recycling, 320 West Main, in Burley, 678-2321. Here's the Capital Press Ag Minute.
The Capital Press Ag Minute is brought to you by OnlyAg.com.
The Idaho Cattle Association has taken a formal position supporting the use of genetically modified feed. ICA approved a new resolution on the issue during its convention this week in Sun Valley, acknowledging the economic and environmental benefits, which involves introducing DNA in the breeding process to improve crop performance. The resolution states GMO corn hybrids have never resulted in GMO traits transferred to other plant species, nor has GMO corn ever had detrimental effects on people or animals consuming the grain. The resolution also mentions that certain states have mold legislation to regulate GMO crops that it says gives the U.S. beef industry a competitive edge.
To receive instant, exclusive, unlimited access to the West Agricultural News Source, register your account today at capitalpress.com.
Oh, thank you very much. Brought to you by Pacific Steel and Recycling, 320 West Main in Burley. Really nice people. Caller, I'll be right there. Don't you go away. Want to remind everybody about Lennox Home Comfort Systems. Yes, sirree, through our friends at Ramsey Heating and Electric. All the gas furnaces, air conditioners, and heat pumps from Lennox with Ramsey Heating and Electric at 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley, 678-0459. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Goddamn, did you get that email I sent him, Simpson's number on it?
You know, we've been having some problems with our computer, and I did not get that. I didn't get a lot of things that came in since yesterday at about noon, so I apologize, Fred.
Well, I'll tell you, we need to... That was a direct number right to his office. Mm-hmm. I got it from Numbers USA.
Right.
But we need to call all of the representatives back there. We've got to build a fire under them. And Simpson's one, they can shut the finances off.
You know, you say...
we got to build a fire under them.
I agree with you, Fred, but here's my position on this. Tomorrow is my off day on the program, and I'm going to spend it by calling not only Simpson's office or Labrador's, Crapo and Rish, but I've got others in other states that I'm going to be calling and letting them know that I certainly hope they remember what took place a matter of days ago in the election, and let them remember that we're watching them like hawks and that they better do something, for Pete's sakes.
Absolutely. That's right. Yeah, you talk about trashing the Constitution, man. This is serious.
You know, it is so serious, but you know, Fred, I'll bet you $100 bill that you probably know people in your neighborhood and people that you know around the area that they probably just, who cares, blasé, they don't care. This is serious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is. You know, that's the big problem to them. That's the problem here.
Yep.
They don't follow it. They don't worry about it. They live from day to day. And that's the problem we've got in America right now.
I agree. You know, we've lost, I'll use this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think we've lost the personal pride of being Americans.
You're dead right.
All right, my friend.
There's a few of us that haven't.
Well, I realize that, but you know something? Now, more than ever before, with Obama acting as a dictator, with this administration and what they've got coming down the pike on possible gun control, with the EPA, with all the lack of national security and some of the binding agreements they're making with foreign countries, now more than ever before, Americans need to stand up and be very aware of what this man is doing.
Absolutely. Well, he is a dictator.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that. Hey, Fred, God bless you, man. Thank you so much.
You bet.
All right, take care. A very, very nice man right there. Calls welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. You know, I said this a little bit last week, and I want you to really listen to me on this morning. Does it not bother you to think that uncountable times, I think it was like 81 times in the last year or 2 years, honestly, 81 times, Al Sharpton has been invited with open arms to go into the Oval Office and have meetings with Barack Hussein Obama. Al Sharpton. Little Al, pompous Al, absolutely racist Al, to go into the Oval Office and be almost, they won't say it in the media, but to be an advisor to the president. Here is a man that every time I see that little squatty, pencil neck person walking down the street so haughty, like a little bitty chicken, a little bitty rooster, knowing that he's trying to stir up all the racial strife he can in this country because that's how he makes his money. And I think about what he's doing in Ferguson, Missouri, and I dare anybody to tell me I'm wrong. This man is looking for a fight. This man is looking for violent confrontations. This man is looking for anything that'll just absolutely blow up in that area, and then he will get the press. He lines his pockets with the money for support. This man walks out of there after he's turned it into a tinderbox, and little Al Sharpton, why, he's on the 6 o'clock news on every channel, and that's basically all he wants. Power. He is a detestable human being that just absolutely is looking forward to the strife and misery of that respective area. I am really afraid as to what's going to come out of that grand jury finding. I am really afraid as to what's going to happen to the grand jury. I don't know if their names are ever going to be leaked out or if they're going to have any publication whatsoever as to who these people are. But God help them. I hope that they're going to be safe. They are in a lose-lose situation back there. And the absolute vileness of Al Sharpton is certainly not going to help. I just can't see anything good about that, man. Caller, please, just bear with me. I talked myself right into a corner time-wise, and I got to get this in here real quick. Don't forget, Happy Thanksgiving from AMI, 719 Overland and Burley. Look for the big 28-foot wrench over their door and go nuts over their bolts. I love those folks. They're really nice guys. Alan, Corey, Eric, Rob, and the rest of the crew wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving from AMI. And Barbara over at Pro Paint, 1116 Overland and Burley. My goodness, the best paints, best stains, best advice. I'll tell you, you can fix up your house for the holidays, and they say Happy Thanksgiving from Pro Paint. And here's our dear friend Joe Taylor, 1826 Overland and Burley with Carrie and Adams Realty. Buying and selling real estate, this man knows all about it. He can help you. One call does it all. 678-9400. My buddy Joe Taylor, you call him today. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jed. I have a problem with people who listen to, I didn't call him Mr. Sharpton. I don't have that much respect for him. He talks about hate, and that's all he preaches, and, the black people have been put down because of white man, this, that, the other, and the people are getting killed because of the white man, and we're taking jobs because of the white man, we're losing jobs, blame it all on the white man. But the problem is if people would stop, whether, I don't care what color, race, gender, religion you are, if they would actually take the time and use their own minds to think for themselves instead of be like cattle or sheep and look at what's really going on. He has caused more race problems, more death and destruction, more hate than anybody that I know of in my lifetime. And he claims to be for good.
I agree. He's nothing more, and I'm gonna say this, and some people again will be offended, but it's the truth. He is nothing more than a pompous little jackass that's a huckster and a trash talker, and he's done nothing to do anything good for society. He's done everything he can to disrupt it.
And I used to feel sorry for people who felt that way. But, it's their own fault. I'm done feeling sorry for them. If they want to be led down a road where they want to have hate in your life, that's up to them.
Yeah.
You can't stop it, and I can't stop it. They have to realize themselves that what he's doing and the kind of hate he's breeding within the community and kick him out and tell them it's not going to go away.
I appreciate your call as always. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. I got another one waiting. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too. And the thing about Al Sharpton, before I take my next call, here's a guy he's also a criminal. He is millions of dollars in debt to the IRS. And do you hear anything about him being shut down, incarcerated, or throw him in the jail and take the key and throw it in the lake? No. He's one of the big advisors to President Obama. Oh, my goodness. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Zeb.
Yes, sir.
Al Sharpton, he's Mr. 4.5. Not just in size, but that's how much he owes the government in back taxes.
That is right.
$4.5 million.
That's right.
And you or I, when we slip up and we don't pay all of our taxes, all hell breaks loose.
There you go. There you go.
Just walking free like he's as good as anybody else.
He's like a little bandy.
Can get in that deep. He's got to be doing something wrong.
Amen. He's like a little bandy rooster that's just flaunting himself and flaunting his absolute hate and racist ideas, just egging somebody to cause a problem. And this is what I get so upset about, Keith. This man is so despicable. And he gets all the networks and all the newscasts to follow him with a microphone. They ought to all click off the tape recorders and not even tape one single word from this man. He is nothing more than a race baiter and hater. That's all he is.
He definitely is that. Well, another thing I wanted to mention about the person making his speech this evening, he took a page out of Syria's playbook. Remember when you drew the red line in the sand?
Yeah.
And they just went ahead and did what they want. They said, well, this guy's not going to stop us. He's going to try to do the same thing with our Constitution this very night.
You know, mark this date down on the calendar, everybody. Keith, you, me, everybody. November 20th, 2014. And just leave it in red and write the words next to it, Constitution, and under that write the word, gone forever. And I'll guarantee you, I think it's going to come out that way.
Yeah, and he's just going to, if he gets away with this, he will trample like Constitution every chance he gets.
There you go.
Because he does not love this country like you or I do.
This is like a start of a thoroughbred race like at the Kentucky Derby. Once they throw the gates open, it's pretty hard to bring that horse around and start him again. This man, once he gets a toehold on stomping on the Constitution, the sky is the limit.
But what is the solution with our Congress? Can they defund this program?
There are options. There are options about defunding, etc. But first of all, my friend, there has to be a spine. There has to be a backbone. There has to be a stick your chin out and say, President Obama, you will not do this. There has to be a Republican Party and conservatives that will stand up in jeopardy of their possible seat in the Senate and the House, and they've got to commingle with others and say enough is enough. We're going to stand up for what's right for America. We're going to stand up for the laws of America. We're going to stand up for the Constitution of America, and the president be damned.
You know, Ted Cruz is the only one I know that's doing this, and they're scoffing him.
Yeah.
The Democrats are trying to make a fool out of him.
Well, the Democrats have done a pretty good job of that themselves. Yeah. Keith, God bless you, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your wonderful wife. Have a great day. Thank you.
You the same.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I do not understand why people are not outraged. Crapo knows how I feel. Oh, boy, does Crapo know how I feel. And Rish. And I'm going to start calling tomorrow and let everybody else know how I feel. I am just livid that we are being treated like second-class citizens. And this speech tonight, I mean, does this not bother you that all of a sudden we're going to just give possibly amnesty, a kind of a wink and a nod to let 5 million people in round numbers come into this country? It bothers me. It bothers me the way we let other cultures come in and basically further their culture over and above ours. You're here! Speak English! Doggone it! I don't want a melting pot to where we've got 97 different languages and all the courthouses have to print all 97 languages. This is America. If you don't like the way we do things, there's other places. Time for the weather. And the weather is brought to you by Mad River Laser. And by the way, I was going to mention, too, that Nicole can make custom-made wooden Christmas ornaments and wooden business cards. I've got the wooden business cards, and they are extremely nice. And they're not going to get thrown away. You're going to hand somebody that business card, and they're going to go, whoa, hey, that's pretty professional. They like that. And she can do engraving on mugs and T-shirts and hoodies and plaques and logo ornaments, take care of the pins. She can do it all. Do it all right there at Mad River Laser, 502 East Street in Rupert. Right now, here's Michael Rogers' weather.
Hello, everyone. Michael Rogers for Zen at the Ranch as we get ready to work our way toward the weekend there. We got some weather action that's possibly going to be happening. Got a mixture of sun, clouds, a little bit more clouds than sun for today, and you're going to be pretty much increasing through the clouds through much of today and also for tonight with a slight chance of snow going into tomorrow and Thursday. And then you're going to be looking for some rain as you work your way toward the weekend. So as the system pulls through from where you're at, it's going to be just a mixture. Well, I'd like to always say you're going to get everything but the kitchen sink. Other than that, temperatures are going to be in the low to mid-30s for the daytime highs and the low 20s for the overnight lows. For the weather, still weather you got.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. And the weather brought to everybody by Mad River Laser, 502 East Street in Rupert. And they wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving. By the way, real quick, I'll take some more calls. Just down the street from Mad River Laser, Sophie's Chatterbox. Ooh, yeah. Great place. And they got a great bakery in there. Wedding cakes, cookie bars, homemade bread, delicious. Underline these words, delicious. Melt in your mouth cinnamon rolls. Oh, my. Scones. I mean, wow. It's good. They're open Monday through Friday, 6 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 6 to 2, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Hey, Sophie's Chatterbox, 530 East Street on the Square in Rupert. Really good. You know, we really have to take America back. I'm not exaggerating. We have to take America back. It doesn't say we, Mike Simpson, Mike Crapo. It doesn't say we, Governor Otter. It doesn't say we along with... No, it says we the people in the Constitution. We the people. And honestly, I'm going to do all I can, but politics and politicians in general need to have a very good, hard slap in the face to understand, again, they work for us. I have said this so many times, I'm blue in the face. But when I think of little Al Sharpton sitting in the White House conferring with the President of the United States and trying to establish policy with the President of the United States, and he, a racist, a race baiter, it just sickens me to think that we are being led down avenues of approach in politics that might involve any idea that he suggested. Does it bother you? It does me. Calls are welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. Give me a call. Let's see, I had and other things. I see that another university, Elon University in North Carolina, is banning the word freshman from its website and student orientation. They're claiming that the terminology freshman, like freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. Can't say it anymore. They're claiming that the terminology freshman is sexist and it lowers the caliber and status of women that are at their first year of college. What? I'm not kidding. They said that the term freshman has been felt to refer to the vulnerableness that hurt, vulnerableness of young women in college for the first time. Oh, it makes them feel inferior. Oh, so we got to stop calling them freshmen. And anybody that is saying the word is corrected by school authorities and told not to say it again. What kind of a society are we living in to where people are going to dictate our words? Oh no, Zeb, you said freshman. Correct yourself. Well, I won't. I will always refer to first-year students in high school and or college as freshmen. That's the way it's going to be. And then some other do-gooders got together and they decided that they are going to stop using at the University of Tennessee the phrase Lady Vols. You know, the volunteers? I heard this and I stopped dead in my tracks and I turned around and I watched the TV for a few minutes because I couldn't believe this. They're going to be phasing out the use of the terminology Lady Vols at the University of Tennessee, and that has been basically a brand name and a logo for all the women's sports there at the University of Tennessee. The only one sport that they're going to not touch for the time being is the basketball team, the Lady Volunteers, the Lady Vols basketball team. Everything else is going to have a brand name change because they feel like it's sexist. Oh, don't you just want to take your forehead, walk over to the nearest wall, and just go funk, funk, funk? It just drives you nuts. This political correctness is just driving this country to the brink. It's nothing more than idiocy. I promise you, I will never get politically correct on this program. I promise you. And if you catch me saying anything that's politically correct, doing anything that is politically correct, call me and chastise me. Really rip me over the coals. Please, I'd really appreciate it. Oh. Anyhow, we're going to pay some bills. Give me a call. Come on, don't weaken. Wintertime driving. Wintertime driving. My goodness sakes. You turn the corner and all of a sudden you ended up out in the middle of a 40-acre hayfield. Yeah, buddy, you better make sure that you've got all the traction tires for wintertime driving. And if you're looking for the tires pinned for studs, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers have got all your traction tires, all the tire chains. They've got it all. They've got it all for safe wintertime driving. That's right. You just go in. And if you got questions, believe me, they'll answer your questions and they'll help you. And they'll tell you all about their great brake service, their front end alignments, their shocks and struts, their batteries. I mean, my goodness sakes, they got all the batteries you need. I'm telling you, there's no way that vehicle's not going to turn over in the morning. Why? It's going to jump up and say, let's go to work. They've got it all for you. Right there with 7 locations, Lane and Rupert, Dave on Blue Lakes and Twin, Mike and Buell, Mike and Jerome, the Twist family in Paul, John on Poline in Twin Falls, and Randy on Overland and Burley. The best, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. All right, give us a call, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. My lovely bride just came in and gave me the number. Let me see if I can find it here. Toll-free number so that you can be connected directly to Representative Simpson's office. I have it now, and let's see, you'll be prompted to enter your 5-digit zip code so they know where you're calling from. The number is 800-971-7441. I will say it again. 800-971-7441. Thank you, Fred. Appreciate it. And then you'll be asked to give your 5-digit that hurt. Your 5-digit zip code, okay? And I suggest you call and let them know what your concerns are, your worries are, and what you're mad about. Tell them to get some backbone. All right, give me a call, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. There's a brand new movie out, and I've seen some of the trailers of this movie, and it's called Last Ounce of Courage. And the title right there ought to tell you a lot about the movie. And it's all about standing up for Christianity and standing up for what's right in this country. It's called Last Ounce of Courage. I highly recommend the movie. Please. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Zeb. Did you see O'Reilly the other night, about 2 nights ago?
Doug, I'm going to ask you to speak up. You talk real low. Go ahead.
Okay. Did you see O'Reilly a couple nights ago?
Well, in regards to what?
The PC correctness on the Washington Redskins?
Oh, I have reached a point where I'm absolutely, I've said this on the program and I'm going to maintain that. I am going to go down this weekend and buy a Washington Redskins cap and a Washington Redskins jersey. I'm going to hang it right behind me on my video cams from my show, and I'm never, even if they decide to change the name, I'm never going to change the name I hold dearly, Redskins.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there, but O'Reilly suggested they can change it to the Washington Progressives and put Nancy Pelosi's face as the symbol.
Oh, my, please, you're going to destroy every aspect of the sport.
It was a little satire, and then the next night, boy, he did get some emails chastising him.
You know, I would say, though, that if the Redskins would put the pictures of Obama and Harry Reid and Pelosi on one of their blocking sleds, they would see that blocking sled probably pushed about 7 blocks.
You better put it even, or that thing would go in a circle, wouldn't it?
I'm telling you that, Doug, honestly, in all seriousness, we have got to stand up and fight back to having a verbal revolution with these people. They have got to understand they are not in control. We are.
Very true. They work for us.
Yeah.
But how do you take over a nation without firing a shot?
You know,
first you undermine it.
Yeah.
Monetarily.
Yeah.
And you overload the system with takers.
Yep.
And eventually you can take it over without even firing a shot.
Yeah, you've got an increase in a voting base that's going to be extremely liberal. That's the only reason why Obama's doing what he's doing tonight. Holy smokes, Doug, I looked at the clock and I'm late. I got to get to the news, and I don't want to be rude to you. I appreciate your call. God bless you, man. Thanks.
God bless.
I got to run, and next hour we got the Chamber Report and a whole bunch of goodies. Don't go away. Zeb at the Ranch, I'll be back in 6. I bet you were getting nervous, weren't you?
Kinda, yeah, I was.
I'm sorry. I was in the middle of a little note-taking to the point where I had to write a note for myself to make sure that we got that turkey for Scotty and Chris, and I didn't have my headsets on, and I was sitting there and writing away, and all of us... Yeah, I heard the violins, and I thought, oh, forsooth, Gina's getting upset.
Harketh, I need to turn on my microphone.
Harketh? Harketh. Harketh, what light from yonder window gloweth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They talked to her in the old days. Then yeseth? I haven't heard that one before.
It was probably yay or nay, but yeseth sounds kind of just apropos for today.
Well, knoweth, they didn't say yeseth. I love it. We ought to do a skit some morning on Shakespeare.
We should, honestly.
You want to?
Sure.
Let's do that. Let's get together and we'll pick out something from Shakespeare. Okay. And we could do a Romeo and...
Countryfy it? I'm sure we could countryfy it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll put it in a twang.
Okay.
With all the yeses. What's that?
I can do the twang and the drawl.
Okay, good. Yeah. And we'll get a script on that, and some morning we'll take 10 minutes or so and do a little bit like a Romeo and Juliet or something like that.
Or Othello or...
Yeah, Othello. He was a weird dude anyway.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Hey, I got to tell everybody what's going on so I can understand myself.
Yes.
This is Zeb at the Ranch. How do I know? I'm wearing the t-shirt. Zeb at the Ranch, I'm Zeb Bell. Got that right so far. Your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Center is our major sponsor, all 7 locations. stations, and then we're brought to you by some great advertisers, too, like Lee's Furniture, Floors, and More at 459 Overland in Burley, and our friends at Ramsey Heating and Electric at 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley. We're going to have the Chamber of Commerce report in just a moment. Stand by, but first and foremost, Hanson Mortuary at 710 6th Street in Rupert. Number 2 call, 436-5636. Joel Heward, the manager, and his family serving you. I mean, absolutely serving you. And they can travel to rural towns and churches to meet with the families. When there's the passing of a loved one, they will do everything they can to serve you with the highest ethical standards and unquestioned integrity. Please give them a call today, 436-5636, Hanson Mortuary in Rupert. Also, real fast, want to remind everybody about Cheney Floors. Oh, this is a wonderful business with Kyle and Whitney Cheney, 1228 Oakley Avenue in Burley. Yes, look for the blue door, all your carpet and flooring and kitchen construction and home decor, whatever you need to make your house a home. They've got it all. And expert advice, too. Stop in there, Cheney Flooring and Home Design, 1228 Oakley Avenue in Burley. Look for the blue door. Hey, I know what we could do, Gina. When we do this little tribute to Shakespeare on my program, we can get Kay Cameron over at the Chamber of Commerce, and she can kind of be the narrator for us.
Oh, perfect.
And then we can say this morning, "Hark! What light from yonder window gloweth? Why, hark! It's the maid from the maiden. It's the maiden from."
You better clarify.
It's the maiden from the Chamber of Commerce. Are you there?
I know when you guys were talking about a Shakespeare play that somehow I would get dragged into the middle of it.
No, dragged into it. You know as well as the general public that you're just excited to be a part of it.
Oh, it's always fun to be involved and be a part of things. That is for sure.
Okay. What's going on?
Well, can you just feel the holiday season in the air? I mean, it's just upon us. There's just so many exciting things going on. It's so fun this time of year. I love this time of year. Lots of great things going on. So
I agree.
we're not going to be on the air next week because it's Thanksgiving. So there's a few things I want to mention so people, if they haven't heard, then they're aware of some things going on. First of all, next Thursday morning, if anybody wants to get out and get some exercise before they begin all of the feasting on Thanksgiving Day, the turkey trot will be held next Thursday morning at 9 a.m. over to West Minico. And there's more information online. I think it's turkeytrot.com or something like that. Mini-Casual Turkey Trot. Call us if you have questions. Google it. Also, there is a free Thanksgiving dinner at Charlie's Cafe in Burley. If anybody is alone and wants to be somewhere for Thanksgiving, or they can't have a Thanksgiving dinner, then go to Charlie's Cafe, and that starts at 11 a.m. on Thursday morning.
Okay.
Also, the day after Thanksgiving is when the Caring and Sharing Christmas Tree Festival starts up over in Rupert. And that is for the Minidoka Healthcare Foundation. And it's a lot of fun. They have entertainment, they have the teddy bear breakfast, and all kinds of things. And of course, always the day after Thanksgiving is the day that Santa shows up on the Rupert Square to turn on the Christmas lights. Fireworks and it's so much fun. I know it just wouldn't be the start of the holiday season for my kids if we didn't go do that every year. They have a chili feed. It's just really a lot of fun.
Okay.
And then also that same weekend, a lot of things Thanksgiving weekend. So if you're here in town, you have family in town, there's a lot of things to do. There's a free movie at the Century Cinema, and the admission is only 2 cans of food. And they have 2 showings, and all of the food is going to be donated to the Mini-Casual Christmas Council.
Oh, that's a great thing.
All of the money, also from all of the concessions, is donated to Coats for Kids.
Okay.
So, very worthy causes, great things. I mean, such great people in our community that do things like this. So, then the Caring and Sharing Festival will go through the 1st of December. And then also on the 1st of December is when the Burley Area Merchants Association is having their lighted parade, where they have the lights on the cars and the vehicles, and it will start at Overland Elementary School, and it will go down to Centennial Park. And also, if you're driving through town that night, the highway is going to be closed during the parade, and that will start at 6 o'clock. Oh, the activities begin in the park at 6, and the parade starts at 7. So I know they're going to have music in the park. Last year, I know they had cookies and donuts and carolers and all kinds of things in Centennial Park there in Burley. So lots of fun holiday things. Get in the spirit and get out and enjoy the great things here in our country.
Oh, I love this time of the year. And, okay, so next week is Thanksgiving, and we will not be on the air next Thursday. But the Thursday after that, I'll send you your part of the Shakespearean script, and then you can say, "Hark! What light from yonder window gloweth?" And then you can say it's over at Zeb's house.
That's great. So, just make sure I'm prepared on that.
I can see that your excitement level is not up to par there, my dear.
Well, I don't know how good I am at ad-libbing Shakespeare, so I need to have a more scripted something to go from.
Okay. Hey, listen, give us all the 19,327 ways they can contact the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay, come by and see us. We're located at 1177 7th Street in Hayburn. Come by and check out our gift shop. We got a lot of new things in for the holidays and ordering in a lot of stuff, so come check it out. Give us a call at 208-679-4793. Find us online at minicasualchamber.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and connect in LinkedIn.
All right. Kay Cameron, God bless. Have a very happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Thank you. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, we're going to do that. I'll get the script from Shakespeare, and then Gina and I will put on a little Shakespearean play here one morning. Oh, my. Yes, that would be a little culture. Deanne, would you take this note, please? A little culture. Thank you very much. Let's also remind you of Whipple's Book Plaza, Colonel Dale, and 222 West 11th Street in Burley. They're open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5:30. And are you looking for any kind of a special book like westerns or fiction or science or romance? Man, they've got thousands and thousands of books. 3 floors of books. Oh, along with all the art and the cards and the jewelry, and what a great gift-giving experience right there at Whipple's Book Plaza with my friend Colonel Dale, 222 West 11th Street in Burley, proud sponsor of the Boy Scouts and the home of the Pioneer Hall of Fame. Really, just nice people over there. Thanksgiving is coming up next week. Everybody's going to gather with their families, and I want to extend some Thanksgiving wishes from some of our great advertisers on this program, including Butte Irrigation at 116 South, 600 West of Paul and Kimberly Road. And Butte Irrigation, your Zematic dealer. For all your irrigation needs, they will get you wet. Over 35 years of experience. And Butte Irrigation wishes you a happy Thanksgiving, along with Vicky's Country Garden, the lovely Vicky that gave me my countdown to Obama's last day. 792 days left. Love that lady. Vicky's Country Garden, 185 South, 600 West of Paul. Gift certificates for Christmas gift giving at Vicky's Country Garden. What a great idea. And call her at 438-5663. Vicky's Country Garden, happy Thanksgiving. And here's a lovely lady, the lovely Miss Pickup. I tell you what, she knows all about what we should be hearing at Mount Harrison Audiology, 1218 9th Street, Unit 2, across from the Minidoka Hospital Emergency Room. Number to call for any hearing problems, please call Mount Harrison Audiology. They can help you at 312-0957, and call that number, and you'll be hearing what I'm saying. There you go. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's see. Tonight, I want to emphasize what tonight means to me and my wife. The Golden Heritage Senior Center is going to be presenting tonight at 5 o'clock, starting at 5, and going till whenever, literally. The first annual Pilgrim Pride Thanksgiving dinner. And I just want to say that we had a little respite for a while. away from the senior center and some of their activities, but it's so good to be working with such lovely, wonderful people. And they have put their heart and soul into this dinner tonight. I honestly believe that they are so well organized. It's fantastic. They're all going to be dressing up as pilgrims and or Indians, and the dinner is going to be turkey and ham and all the trimmings. It is going to be delicious. And they're going to have so many fun things to do. Bring the family. I mean, they've got games, and all the proceeds are going to go help the Meals on Wheels. Okay, a couple comes down there, $5 a ticket, that's $10. Go to some of the games and spend a little money. All the proceeds for a very worthwhile cause of helping provide meals to shut-ins that can't get outside. Meals on Wheels. You know that's been a passion of mine for a long time, and I get all teary-eyed and wear my emotions on my sleeve when I think about seniors that are locked up in their house basically 24/7, and they can't get out physically, and especially in this weather, and the only outside people they're going to have a chance to talk to, and possibly the only meal, is that Meals on Wheels. And I urge you to help us fund the program through the activity tonight. The first annual Pilgrim Pride Dinner starting at 5 p.m. at the Golden Heritage Senior Center on, of course, Overland. And if you're not there, it's really going to hurt my feelings. I'm serious. I want to see everybody there. They're going to have door prizes. Deanne, what? They've got games like Spin the Bottle, the Turkey Toss, I'm forgetting, Bob for Apples, and if you get the right apple, you get a prize. They got special prizes with one basket with a $100 bill in it. Ooh, you better get over there. Don't miss it. Tonight, starting at 5 p.m. Okay. Let me see, what else have I got here? I am way behind, but I want to remind you about Let's Ride. Oh, my goodness. They're having a big, huge open house this Friday and Saturday. And I mean, they're welcoming everybody in to see all the new snow machines, to see all the accessories, to see all the ATVs, to shake hands with the owners. They're going to have huge discounts, door prizes, food at Let's Ride this weekend. Yep, you betcha, Highway 24 between Rupert and Burley, where the fun is sold. And they also have the best service department anywhere, anytime. I'm telling you, I am really high on those folks. They treat you politely, get the job done, you're going to love them. Let's Ride. You stop over there and see them this weekend. Oh, my goodness sakes, what else have we got here? I had another note I need to get on this morning, and as yours truly sometimes does, covers it up. Aha! What was lost is found. I got it. Here is a note about the Gooding County Fairgrounds. They're going to have a cowboy church service this Saturday night, the 22nd, with a potluck at 5 p.m., bring a dish to pass, and from 5 to 6, they're going to have cowboy poetry and music. Then they're going to have a church service starting at 6 p.m. Justin Palmer, Idaho Falls minister, is going to give the message. Going to be a lot of fun, always is, and a great service. Cowboy Church, Gooding County Fairgrounds this Saturday. Don't miss it. All right, where are we here? Gina, what have you got? Anything? Oh, let's talk real quick about our turkeys. Not our turkeys, Chris and Scotty, but the turkeys they're looking for.
The goal is 400 turkeys.
400?
Yes, that is the goal.
Deanne, would you make a note, and you didn't know this until you walked into the studio a few minutes ago, that you and I have sponsored a turkey for Chris and Scotty on Cat Country. Yeah, I just volunteered us. Put a note down to that effect. Okay. She loves it the way I just all of a sudden say, we bought some turkeys, dear. That's all right. It's going for a great cause. And so today's kind of the deadline up until 11, right?
11 o'clock. People can call into Cat Country, 436-5288. Donate a turkey. All of the turkeys that are donated today are going to go to local charities, Oasis Outreach, Helping Hands, the turkey feed that Alaska Best puts on, the turkey feed that Charlie's puts on. And so if you can donate, please do. You can call Scotty and Chris, 436-5288. You can go to any local grocery store, purchase your turkey, and bring it by the studio, or you can go to Swenson's and Stokes. buy a turkey there, and they will hold it for us there, and then we're going to go and pick them up.
All right. Now, listen, I just want to say that a lot of people had some calls, and they say, what are you doing advertising for cat? Well, listen, I'm going to tell you straight up, folks, that when it comes to any events that I have put on, including this Pilgrim Pride dinner, Scotty and Chris have been absolutely so helpful and have put it on their program, our sister station. And so anything we can do to help Scotty and Chris, we will. And Gina, I would appreciate it if you'd tell them that we're very supportive of their turkey issue, and we, Deanna and I, will make sure they get a turkey from us.
Yep, your name is already on the list.
Which one?
The turkey list. Your name was on a lot of lists, but today it's on the turkey list.
Now be nice, for heaven's sakes.
Hey, you're on the nice list.
Oh, okay.
See?
Where in the world all these dogs come from? We got dogs all over the place here this morning. Who let the dogs out anyway? Holy smokes, we just had Ruby, and now we got a Dachshund, and we got a Doberman, and we got a Collie, and we got, I don't even know what kind of a dog that is. Man, that's an ugly dog. Anyway, good morning to Ken Mort, Minidoka Animal Control. How you doing, buddy?
Good, Zeb. How are you?
No, not bad. I got dogs all over the studio, thanks to you.
Well, what can I say? I bring them with me.
Well, the whole world goes to the dogs. Anyway, Ken Mort, salute to you for your great dissertation and help on Veterans Day. I wanted to say that up front. Thank you.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
And now, what is the name of the dog, and what type of dog are we going to feature this morning?
I am featuring Sadie. She is a female pit bull. She's tan with white on her chest and paws. She's approximately 1 year old, very friendly, loves to give kisses, and wants to try to be a lap dog.
Oh, my.
She was dumped out at the shelter after hours. As a matter of fact, she was tied up to a post and stuff on the side of the building.
Oh, my.
When I pulled up and found her there. But, I mean, she's just looking for somebody, Annette, to love and take care of her, and don't mind if she crawls up in their lap to watch TV or anything. I mean, she's just a real sweetheart of a dog. So if anybody's interested in her, Annette, they can reach us at 670-7268 or 438-2200.
Let me ask you something. When you find these dogs that are, like in this case with Sadie, tied up to the building and everything, doesn't that kind of make you just a little bit angry that somebody would just dump off dogs like that?
It does, especially when we've got actual drop-off kennels behind the building.
Yeah.
That have got dog houses and that for them. I mean, it's already under a carport patio area, fenced-in area, and and just to take one and tie it up right next to the building and with nothing in it. And I mean, you never know. With this time of year, we could turn around and get a snowstorm or something roll in a heartbeat. I mean, this is Idaho. Wait 5 minutes and the weather will change.
Absolutely.
I mean, I just wish that people would actually use the drop-off kennels more than what some of them do.
Sometimes when I listen to you on this program, Dog Nation, I honestly, it's hard for me to control my temper because sometimes the human factor is probably a lot less than the animal factor.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah. But now, you've got Sadie, and how do you go about it? This is a question I had asked to me the other day. I was in a store, and some people came up to me and they said, well, we like all of your aspects on the show, but we wanted to find out a little bit more about Ken Mort with Minidoka Animal Control. How does he find out so much about the personalities of these dogs?
Basically, I just get to know them. I mean, it's just like... first impressions are always good impressions, and that are always I shouldn't say good impressions, but are on that the impression that's going to give you the most information on somebody or an animal. Mm-hmm. It's like I've come across animals and stuff and that have been kind of on the fearful and that kind of a side, but when you get down to their level and everything, start talking to them and all that stuff, I mean, then all of a sudden their true personality will come out, and you can find out exactly what kind of a demeanor they've got and everything. I mean, and that's what I do.
Yeah, but now, wait a minute. Be honest with me, Ken. You've been a straight shooter. I've known you since you were a young man. Aren't there sometimes trepidations that you have because of the breed of dog and sometimes the history of that type of dog?
You know, I'll go into a situation and stuff, and that it's always always been, Annette, especially throughout my entire military career, you always expect for the best but hope for the worst.
Yeah.
And, I mean, hope for or expect the worst and hope for the best.
I figured you better correct that.
my mouth got a little faster than my brain for a minute. That's what happens when you start getting old, huh?
Yeah, I know.
But I always take each situation and assess it. And that, especially when it comes to getting a call about a vicious or an aggressive dog, on that, I've already got it in my mind that I need to be able to make sure I'm taking these steps on that when approaching this animal, and that to protect myself and everybody around.
Yeah.
And when I get to that or get to those locations and stuff, and that's exactly what I do. I go in there, calm, collective attitude, show that I am the dominant individual in the situation, because as soon as the thing is, dogs and that are really good at sensing fear. If they know you're afraid, they've got you, Annette. They've got you by the backside.
Yeah, and really, Ken, at that juncture, it's no different with horses.
Exactly. I mean, because horses and stuff are really good at sensing fear.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will turn on you and take advantage of that every time.
And if you're on them, they have, through their nervous system and their muscular system, a device evidently somewhere that says all of a sudden to their brain, hey, we got this dude petrified. We can get rid of him in a hurry.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's that sensation and stuff, like the touchpad on a laptop computer. I mean,
yeah.
It feels every sensation and stuff in that you put there, and I mean, and it's they know. I mean, and you just got to make sure that when you go into that or into those kinds of a situation, that you show and stuff in that you're not afraid, that you're the dominant individual. I mean, I've had dogs on that an instance where the police department called me out for an aggressive dog that had bit somebody. I get over there on that and went right into the situation, showed that I was the dominant individual. The dog turned around, come right up to me, sat down at my feet, let me pet it, put a leash on it, and then walked it over and loaded it up in the truck without a stitch of problem.
I believe it. Ken, I've only got about 30 seconds left here. Real fast, Sadie, tell us real quick the number and a little bit more about her. I got to run.
She's a female pit bull, tan and white, very loving, wants somebody and stuff in that to just love her and let her be a lap dog. And if they're interested in her, they can reach us at 438-2200 or 670-7268.
Always look forward to having you on the program, buddy. Thank you so much. Where in the world did these dogs all come from?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
I always look forward to Thursdays with Officer Ken Mort, Minidoka Animal Control. Who let the dogs out? Dog Nation. Thank you so much. Hey, don't forget our dear friends, Dean Cameron, Todd Siemens. They are dedicated and responsive to your needs for what you need for life insurance, health insurance, retirement planning, employee benefits. They just serve people. They really enjoy serving people. I've many times been in their office, and they just absolutely enjoy being of help. That's right. Accessible and devoted to your needs. Cameron and Siemens Insurance. Highway 24 in Rupert. Number to call and remember, 436-4424. Cameron and Siemens Insurance. It is Thursday, and a lovely lady's about ready to say good morning, and here she is, Rita Ramsey. How are you, Rita?
Good morning. I'm real good.
Rita, tonight, if you've been listening this morning, first hour, and I think you have been, tonight is a very historical night. I'm making a lot out of tonight because I think that what Obama's going to do tonight at 6 o'clock our time, 8 p.m. Eastern, I think he is absolutely going to show his disdain for the Constitution and his disdain for the American public and his disdain for our law system. And I believe he is going to grant amnesty to 5 million illegal aliens. I believe he is going to basically tell the world that he's not going to go through the proper channels. I believe tonight we are going to see the cessation of what a president should be and begin to see what a dictator is. Go ahead and tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I won't tell you that you're wrong because I feel the same way. It was brought to my attention on Mark Levin's radio show last night that he said, do you know what tomorrow actually is? National Revolution Day in Mexico.
Oh, boy.
That's today. That's the anniversary today. And so doesn't it seem a little odd or coincidental that it would be all in that same day when he's going to do that.
Well, Rita, I'm really concerned about the lack of caring from the American public. I'm really concerned that a lot of people aren't upset that our language is falling apart, the English language. I'm really concerned that we really don't show concern for who's coming into this country and why. I'm really concerned that politicians basically don't listen to us anymore. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I should just join the pack and sit back, have a cold beer, and just enjoy the whole process go right marching by.
Well, it certainly would be easier, but we just keep losing our freedoms one right after the other, and it all just stems down to those who we've elected to represent us, and they're not doing a very good job of it. We do need to get a hold of Congressman Simpson this morning and tell him that we do not want this to go and that Congress needs to do whatever they can to make sure that this law is not implemented. Whatever Obama reveals is not what he has authority to do. And the Congress and the Senate are the only ones who can call him out on it and say absolutely not. And they don't have their hands tied like they act like they do. There are things that they can do. They can totally take away all of the funds that it would take to implement whatever he is saying that he's going to do. And it can't go anywhere.
I said this morning, first hour, if you were listening, and my prediction is this. I think that this man is going to ask for amnesty for 5 million in round figures, illegal aliens. And I also stated this morning that after what I've been listening to the last couple of days and some of the people I've talked to back in Washington, D.C. and also New York, I think that if he gives more than 15 seconds of his 5 or 10 minute speech tonight to border closing and border control, I'll be more than surprised.
Oh, he won't. He won't even. I bet you he won't even address that. I would be willing to stake money on a bet for that. And the reason is because he has no intention of securing the border or guarding it and to make sure that, who comes through or what. He has no intention of that, or he would have been doing it before, saying, we've got to make sure we're doing that, and then, okay, we've been doing the best we can with that. Now we'll make some progress in this with this next step. He's not doing that. He has no intention of doing that. He wants to, I don't know, it's one of those things, if you want to get on the conspiracy train with me, I think he just wants to cause a lot of discontent in America by letting them come. And as we're reminded in the book that he wrote, he said, when all these illegals come in, then they start causing the wages to go down, and it hurts the black community. Well, if he was so concerned with it in 2006, what has changed? And why would he still want to hurt the black community? It's like he wants to start a revolution between the blacks and the browns and the whites. I mean, that's his thing, is let's get a racial thing going here. He's the biggest racial divider of anybody.
All right, now wait a minute. You just touched on something that I gave a long dissertation to this morning already. My total dislike, and for those that are offended by this, that's their problem, not mine. My total dislike and disdain for a man that I find to be nothing more than a race baiter and race hater, and that's Al Sharpton. That's the only way he makes his money. And what he's doing in Ferguson, Missouri, what he's doing to stoke up the flames and get ready for a great big voluminous fire back there is detestable. And this man is one of Obama's secretly great friends and advisors.
Oh, he is. He's Obama's lapdog, and all he does is he just takes walking orders from the president, and the president can say, "Oh, I don't have anything to do with him. He's just, Al. We all know Al. He's been doing this kind of stuff for 30 years, and we won't give him any credence." But he is feeding him. He's telling him what to do. And if the truth be known, there's probably money under the table for Al to do what he's doing, or he wouldn't be doing it.
I got to give credit where credit is due, and I want to say kudos to the Las Vegas Tea Party organizer, Karen Steelman. I don't know if you know the lady or not, but she came out with an email and a message this morning that her group, the Las Vegas Tea Party, is going to do all they can to protest Obama in Las Vegas this evening at Del Sol High School in Las Vegas, as he's up there on the podium along with Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid. And I give them kudos. I think that America should be outraged. I think there should be these kinds of uprisings all across this country, letting this man know that he's gone around the Constitution, he's gone around Congress, he's gone around the rule of law, and he's acting like an emperor.
Oh, he thinks that he is, and there's the press has put him up on his pedestal, and the other Democrats have put him up on his pedestal, and he just thinks everybody loves me, and I have all the power in the world, and the people who don't love me, I'm going to get back at them because they should love me.
Rita, on another subject, I touched on it a minute ago, and I just want you to kind of give me your opinion. I watch the news with great fervor in what's going to happen or what might happen back in the St. Louis area, back in Ferguson, Missouri. And I've called a couple of people that I know that live back there in that area. The fear, the trepidation, the concern of those people that I've talked to is absolutely off the charts. They honestly believe this thing's going to erupt possibly into a bigger mess and race war than what Watts, California was. What are your thoughts on this?
No, I kind of think that they keep advertising it and saying it like it is so that they'll make the announcement that everybody should come and start protesting, and we'll have this big thing, and we're going to have, all of this and that and the other. And I think it's just another one of those things where they want to say, we need some unrest so that we can go in and say, we're going to be in charge here, and they'll take charge of it. That could totally be stopped if people would call and go neighbor to neighbor and say, okay, as soon as that word comes down, everybody go inside, stay at home, don't do anything at all. Those people who will be protesting are people who have come from out of town, and they'll be doing it by themselves instead of getting a bunch of Klingons coming to help them do it.
Well, and the people I mentioned first hour that I'm very concerned about, and I certainly hope somehow their names are not leaked to the general public, and those are the folks on the grand jury. They are in, maybe you don't agree with this, but they are, the grand jury back in Ferguson, Missouri, they are in a total non-win situation. One way or the other, they lose.
No, you're absolutely right, and I'm not positive, but I think after this is all over with that it will be public notice that you can get that information. Yeah. So I don't think they can keep it quiet. But I'll tell you what I would be looking into doing if I was the judge and really wanted to make sure that it didn't cause all kinds of problems, is I would get special permission from the governor to take this and just put it as a stay, let it sit, get this police officer out to where nobody can harm him or anything else, maybe send him on a vacation to his grandmother's place for a month or two, just let it all die down and forget about it, and then one day they'll just come out with it and they won't have time to organize and get all of their protest stuff going. Just let those people get tired of staying there, being ready to do it, and just let it all go down and just kind of silently be quiet for a while. Bring it out maybe in March, April, just on a Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock or something like that, or maybe on a Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock, so people would have to take a whole week off of work if they actually worked, and just let it out and be done with it. Instead of, okay, we're just waiting, we know we're going to have the information, it'd be like, you know what, we're going to outsmart you.
Rita, and I want to emphasize these words. Of the people that I have talked to that are in the news media, and I want my audience to completely understand what I'm saying, there has been no leaks, there has been no verification. I just asked most of the people I talked to back there their opinions as to what they have heard, what they've read, what they've seen, what they've studied, as to what they think might happen. And most of the people that I've talked to, I think almost 90% with one person I'm going to leave out of there, seem to think that the policemen will be exonerated, and they are very, very scared as to what the outcome's going to be.
No, I think you're right, and with any of the information that's kind of come out as people have tried to put the puzzle together, they've shown that there wasn't anybody really who, the one person who said the way it happened, he was the one that was complicit in the robbery that they had just done, and he's found to be not credible at all. So and any of the information that has come out, or that has been, people have said this or that or the other, none of it looks good for the guy who was killed.
My biggest concern is the Al Sharptons, the Jesse Jacksons, the race baiters. And we've talked about it, and we've already alluded to it once or twice this morning. That's how they make their living. That's how they line their pocketbooks and their checkbooks with all the money, is through being race baiters and haters. And you look at Al Sharpton and what he's done and where he stands on this issue with that pugnacious look on his face, a little banty rooster, ready to go to battle, ready to cause more trouble. And these are the people that I think should be locked up and wrapped up in duct tape and thrown off a bridge. They're causing the problem.
You're absolutely right, but as long as we will let them call the shots, they're going to be in charge, and they're going to just keep saying, they can't stop us. We can just keep intimidating, and we can keep yelling racist, 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 and they'll just keep paying us money, and we're in good shape. It's really sad. Somebody needs to just say, you know what, you're not going to blackmail me anymore. We're done.
When you look at other stories in the news, and every week that I have you on the program, I look back in our notes this morning, and I kind of write little jot downs as to what I want to talk to you about and everything. It seems like every week that I have you on the program, something in the news supersedes a scandal or a problem the week previous in the Obama administration. It seems like it's a domino effect.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I have actually 2 or 3 things that I was going to talk to you about, because and immigration wasn't one of those things, and that one really should be on the front of the thing. There's so many other things going on. There's trying to find out the information about that Loretta Lynch, who's Obama's pick for Attorney General. Well, it comes to find out she's a best friend to Eric Holder's wife. Mm-hmm. They were in sorority together, and they've been just like 2 bugs in a rug.
The loopy attitude of this administration and the tying together like a shoelace of all the different problems, and then something breaks, there's a scandal, and now, I shouldn't say this, but I think you'll agree with me, and I think the general public will agree with me. Here we're looking at the Jonathan Gruber scandal on Obamacare. We're looking at the lies. We're looking at the knowing that Gruber sat elbow to elbow with Obama and helped design and put this whole thing together. And now the White House is trying to distance themselves from Gruber, and then hark, here comes Ferguson, Missouri. And it seems like they always have some kind of a firebrand that's going to take over and shield them from the problem that they're working on that week.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Every time you turn around, they're waving something with the right hand, and meanwhile the left hand's behind them making all kinds of calls and doing all kinds of stuff that needs to be done. And it doesn't matter whether it's here in our local areas or any place else. Sometimes when these guys want something to go, it's like, well, let's put this out in front, let the it can be something for the dogs to go after, and they can start barking at that, and then we'll hurry and go and do something else. A friend of mine came in yesterday, and she attends the county commissioner meetings every Monday. And this Monday, the Forest Service was in there, and they were, I don't know whether they were making the announcement or whether they were asking permission or whether it was, oh, by the way, or just exactly what it was. But they said that there's approximately 190 miles of road in Cassia County on public lands that they will obliterate.
Oh, my good. 190 more miles?
190 miles, just in Cassia County.
And which encompasses right straight south of me.
It does.
Absolutely. And why? What is the reason? And if they give the garbage, and that's what it is, that those roads are being overused and everything, I can tell you, Rita, I can take you up there any time of the year and go straight south of my place up in the hills, and you'll never, ever see anyone.
Well, the thing of it is, I don't know that our commissioners were too happy about it, but the people in Cassia County need to call their county commissioner and weigh in on it and let them know that we're watching and we're not in favor of this, and hopefully they'll use our best interest to keep this from happening. But here if you want to get on the train with me. I think this is all Agenda 21.
There's no argument, my dear. You know as well as I do, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I was one of the very first ever in the state of Idaho that came out with the Agenda 21 materials, and I absolutely believe it's nothing more than closures that are being forced upon us to get rid of us through all government agencies.
Oh, absolutely. Ruth had some maps, these Agenda 21 maps at our Tea Party meeting the other night. And when you start looking at them, you go, oh, how come Idaho is almost totally red? Well, that's because they're going to get us out of Idaho and into the area where they can take the whole state and be in charge of it. And, you know, because there aren't as many people and we're just really scattered out, it's like, well, we've got quite a lot we have to work on. And so here's proof of this right here with this announcement that they made Monday morning at the CASA commissioners meeting.
Yeah, have her call me, Rita. I'm going to put the onus on you to have her call me. I want to get her visited with so I can get some more information. Would you do that?
Okay, yeah, I will.
I've got to do a weather forecast. Stand by. The weather is brought to everybody this hour by Lennox Home Comfort Systems. Whether it's gas furnaces, air conditioners, or heat pumps, you and your family will enjoy the comfort through our dear friends at Ramsey Heating and Electric at 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley. They're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30. Here now, Michael Rogers weather. Let's try that again. Here now.
It's rolling, but it's not running for some reason.
Well, then I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just say that Michael said we may be getting some snow. And help me, Gina. What else did Michael say?
Give me 30 seconds to a live read, and I'll just pull it up.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. We want to remind everybody about Lennox Home Comfort Systems through our friends at Ramsey Heating and Electric, of course, at 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley. Open 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. And evidently a little bit of a problem with our tape machine and Michael Rogers weather. And right about now, the lovely Gina Jameson has had plenty of time to pull up the weather, and she says...
Hello, everyone. Michael Rogers from Zen at the Ranch as we get ready to work our way toward the weekend there. We got some weather action that's possibly going to be happening. Got a mixture of sun, clouds, a little bit more clouds than sun for today, and you're going to be pretty much increasing into the clouds through much of today and also for tonight with a slight chance of snow going into tomorrow and Thursday. And then you're going to be looking for some rain as you work your way toward the weekend. So as the system pulls through from where you're at, it's going to be just a mixture. Well, I'd like to always say you're going to get everything but the kitchen sink. Other than that, temperatures are going to be in the low to mid-30s for the daytime highs and the low 20s for the overnight lows. For the weather, still what do you got?
Thank you, and that was not Gina. I can guarantee you that. That was Michael Rogers weather, brought to you by Lennox Home Comfort Systems through Ramsey Heating and Electric on Overland in Burley. We only got a couple of minutes left, and Rita, I wanted to ask you in the time remaining, what about the Tea Party? What about the Tea Party locally? Now, I gave credence to the Las Vegas Tea Party as far as they're going to be protesting Obama tonight in Las Vegas. What about locally? I mean, the membership starting to pick up? Are people getting involved? Are people just sitting back on their pockets? What's going on?
Well, right now, because we just had elections and stuff where it's kind of like we're taking a breath. But we had at our last Tea Party meeting, we had some information and stuff. We actually sat back and watched the America video. I have it at home, but I'd already seen it. But it was really good to watch it again and kind of get some of the information and stuff from Dinesh D'Souza. Our next Tea Party meeting, which is going to be in December, is going to be on Agenda 21, and we're going to hit it hard, and it kind of looks like we've got a few other things added to our fire that we need to discuss and talk about on that as well. But our biggest thing right now is we need to get people informed as to what's going on so that we can do something. There's a lot of scandal kind of things happening right here in Idaho that we need to be aware of, and we need to start hollering at our representatives to take note of how we feel about it so that they can get things up and going on the right track instead of the corrupted way that it's been going here just recently. And so our biggest thing is we want to get people informed And that's why, and so we'll have 30 to 50 people at a Tea Party meeting every second Thursday, and we meet at the City of Burley Council Chamber building.
Okay. Next week we've got quite a few things planned, and I think this is a good time, and I'll just mention this. I've only got a minute left with Rita, but there's been a lot of questions come in, and I'm going to be very straightforward and upfront on folks about the issue with the different phone companies and the governor, and I'm just encompassing all of this into the fact that we are doing research, we're making phone calls, we're talking to the powers that be, we're talking to the principals that are involved in the story, and next week we're going to have a complete segment and unfold this story once we get all the facts. I will not on this program go off half-cocked and give you information that is not legitimate or straight up and 100% honest, and so we're going to just take care of that next week.
That'll be good, because we do need to become informed as to what's going on there. And because next Thursday is Thanksgiving, I will be at home baking pies and rolls and feeding my family, and then I'll talk with you the week after.
Oh, wait, lady. You're not getting out of here with that. What kind of pies you making?
Oh, I actually make 10 different pies.
Is there a peach pie on the shelf?
Oh, no, but I do about everything else.
Like pecan?
I do pecan, banana cream, coconut cream, cherry, berry, lemon meringue, pumpkin.
Oh, my Lord, lady. I'll tell you what time are you having dinner on Thanksgiving?
Oh, we usually eat around 2. Just swing by. You're only 30 miles down the road from me.
Pecan pie with a little scoop of vanilla ice cream. I will be there. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and to all of our listeners. And remember, let's be grateful for everything that we have, even amidst of all of the bad things that are going on. We still live in the best country that the world has ever known.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Rita Ramsey, and I always look forward to having her on the air. What did you say, Gina? You just barely came through.
I was going to say, now I know where I'm having dinner.
You know, that's my biggest weakness is pie.
Oh, my pumpkin, when she had said pumpkin and then banana cream, I'm like, oh yeah, I know where I'm going.
My favorite pies are as follows, and this is just nothing more than a personal note to put out in front of the public so that if they ever want to drop a pie off, it will always be accepted with a smile. Peach, pecan, cherry, chocolate.
Mine's pumpkin, banana cream, chocolate cream.
Oh, boy.
Pecan.
Oh, my.
And Sam makes the best pecan pie. Raspberry pie, which is kind of a conglomerate of whole different types of berries, and Dutch apple.
Ooh. I've got to do the starving to death right now real quick.
Yeah, and we've got a phone call, too.
I'll try to get it in. I'll work hard. Don't forget, starving to death, and right now all the great restaurants that you can stop into and have lunch, like Taco Bandito. Oh, my goodness, try that Southern baked burrito, either soft shell or grilled shell, chicken or steak. Follow it up for dessert with a pumpkin empanada. You are going to call me and say, thank you, Zeb. Yes, sir, Taco Bandito, 2301 Overland in Burley. You stop in and see them today. Also, Burgers, etc., 124 South Oneida in Rupert and 700 North Overland in Burley, 2 locations. November special hamburgers for only 99 cents and cheese extra 30 cents. Wow! Have a whole bunch of burgers. And soup every Monday through Friday, different flavors. It's delicious every day at Burgers, etc., 124 South Oneida in Rupert, 700 North Overland in Burley. Don't forget Steve-O's. I'm hurrying. 290 South, 600 West of Hebron. Food made the way you like it. Great food like Steve's nacho fries topped with cheese and jalapeno peppers and pork chops with salad and choice of potatoes. And try that steak sandwich. It's my favorite. Steve-O's at 290 South 600 West of Hebron. Yup, it's good eating at Steve-O's. And don't forget Duck Uglies. Holy buckets, I'm telling you, you can enjoy great food while you listen to good music at Duck Uglies this weekend. as a matter of fact, tonight they're going to have music. And then Ned Carter's tonight. Tomorrow, Barton and Bowler. And then Saturday, the Nitty Gritty Dirk Band. Woohoo! Steaks and all kinds of great music at Duck Ugly's, Highway 30 in Burley. And last but not least, the AC Drive-In, 601 East Main in Burley. Oh, my goodness sakes, delicious. Famous Farmer Brown burgers, ranch burgers, three-piece fish and chips. You're going to love it. They can make any delicious milkshake you want. Oh, my goodness, they close at 8:30 now. And they make the best of everything for you at 601 East Main in Burley, the AC Drive-In. And by the way, all the Starving to Death restaurants will be closed next week on Thanksgiving, and we wish them all well. You stop in. Caller, real fast. I got exactly 1 minute. Go.
About your deal back there in Missouri, whatever it is, if they start acting up, the out-of-staters and that, the National Guard's there for a reason. Get out the water trucks and the batons and start cracking heads.
I hope it doesn't come to that, Al. I hope and I pray that it doesn't come to that.
For hell's sakes, do it, because they're getting away with it. They're not even in that state. They're out of, what do you call them, transported in?
Yeah, I agree. I got to run to the news. God bless you, man. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you. We are going to take a quick break. I've got time for one quick word that was just handed to me. The bookstore and more at 515 5th Street in Rupert. They're having their annual open house. It's going to be today and tomorrow and Saturday. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday. All sales in-store merchandise only. They're going to have refreshments. They're going to have a registration for prizes. 20% off on the Ashman beanie melts and candles. Oh, my goodness. Don't miss this at the bookstore and more, 515 5th Street in Rupert. Really good folks with their annual open house, a 3-day event, today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Gotta run. I'll be back in 6. Oh, I better get back on early this hour. I scared her last hour. She thought I was gone. Zeb at the Ranch, I'm Zeb Bell. Good morning, and we're brought to you by our major sponsor, your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. All 7 locations serving you. Excellent, folks. And along with some of our great advertisers, Lee's Furniture, Floors, and more, we're going to be talking to them in just a minute at 459 Overland in Burley. And, of course, our friends at Ramsey Heating and Electric at 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley. Thank you. Real quick, want to remind you, today's special at the Chadwick Sports Grill, 139 West Main in Burley, is spaghetti carbonara. Woo! Let me say that again. It kind of rolls right off. Spaghetti carbonara with garlic toast and super salad. Ooh, it's going to be good. Always is. Great specials, great menu items, always at the Chadwick Sports Grill, 139 West Main in Burley. All right, let's head on down to 459 Overland Avenue in Burley, and we have stopped right in front of Lee's Furniture, Floors, and More. Good morning.
Good morning, Zeb. Good to be with you.
My goodness, it's a stranger.
It's a strange voice.
How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a great time of the year, great season, a time to be thankful, and we've got some great specials in the store. And when I think of Thanksgiving time, I think about things that are warm and comfortable, and we've got many departments that will fulfill that need. One of them to begin with, considering that it's Thanksgiving, is we all kind of scoot up to our dining room tables and enjoy some wonderful dinners. Mm-hmm. And we have a great selection of our dining room sets in the medium to small size, then up to that great big set that will stretch out and accommodate 10 or 12 family members, all especially priced. We bought some just in particular for this sale. We have, for example, a 7-piece set, that's 6 chairs and the table. Beautiful two-tone finish, sale priced at just $7.99. And those are first come, first served, because when they're gone, they're gone. And that's just one of the great specials we have in the store today.
Absolutely. Now, Thanksgiving is next week, and boy, if they've got Aunt Martha and Uncle Fred and Grandma and Grandpa and all the family coming, better check out those dining room sets right now today.
That's right. And guess what else? Generally, you need an extra place for them to sleep. And right now, a real special situation. Our sister store, Brent's Interiors in St. George, they're remodeling there, and we have taken, for the time being, so they've got room, all of their mattress inventory. So we are taking those sets, Simmons and from the Diamond line. We've got them on special here in the store, kind of closing them out quickly until they get their remodeling done. Come in and take advantage of, whether it be for the guest bedroom or your master bedroom. We have some outstanding buys in all sizes, twin, full, queen, and king. And again, those are kind of on a first-come, first-serve, so don't wait too long.
All right. The other thing, too, last week, Jeff piqued a lot of people's interest. Great recliner buys, and what a great selection.
We do. We have a great selection, and you know the recliner that is really taking everybody by the storm is this power recliner, where you just sit and you press the button, and you can put it in just a multitude of different positions. We just received, just a couple of days ago, another 20 or so power chairs. And this group of chairs purchased with special fabrics sell price just at $3.99. Again, in a selection of 3 or 4 beautiful fabrics, and the Durabond leathers come in while the selection is best.
All right. By the way, how many folks are going to be at your house for Thanksgiving?
You know, I think we'll probably have about 8 grandchildren.
Oh, my.
And 4 or 5 adults, parents, and it's going to be a busy one.
And I understand you used to cut the turkey, but now that's why they call you Lefty.
Yeah, I'm missing part of one finger as a result of that, so I leave that up to one of the son-in-laws.
Brad, thank you so much, and from our house to yours, a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
And same to you and everyone else.
All right. Brett Lee at Lee's Furniture, Floors, and More at 459 Overland in Burley. You stop in and see them today. In just a minute, we're going to have another guest on with Cassia County School Days, so stand by for that. But I also want to remind you that we are really, really blessed to have Nick Greenwell and his staff with Burley Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation on the air. Why does that word occasionally, it only seems like it messes me up on Thursdays. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm fine. And then say rehabilitation on Thursday, bang, I blew it. Anyway, Burley Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation, 1263 Bennett Avenue, Suite 2 in Burley. Every time I've been in there for a workout on my legs, I mean, the people that come in there and they've got different problems, you know, maybe it's a bad leg, a bad arm, or a bad back, whatever the case might be. The staff, absolutely phenomenal. Nick and all the staff, they absolutely know all about the different exercises, and they can make sure that you get back to feeling and being you. Burley Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation, 1263 Bennett Avenue, Suite 2 in Burley. Number to call for an appointment, very important, 678-1191. 678-1191. They are the best. Let's go to the phone lines right now, and we're going to welcome a lady here on our program, Cassia County School Days, and it's brought to you by A Child's World at 1308 Overland in Burley. And by the way, real quick, shop locally at A Child's World and go in there and look at all the toys and the great clothes and everything. And if you say that you heard me recommend A Child's World on the radio, you can receive 25% off on the items that you're purchasing. Yes! Holy cow! You better get in there. And that's at A Child's World, 1308 Overland in Burley. And also they've got gift certificates for someone who wears Cherokee or Dickie scrubs at A Child's World. Great store right there on Overland in Burley. Along with the Ambulatory Surgery Center at 1344 Highland Avenue in Burley. You know, just simply sit down, dial the numbers 677-8888. Repeating, 677-8888. They're located right across from the hospital. Talk to them about your surgery needs, and they can save you money. Please call them today. Ambulatory Surgery Center at 1344 Highland Avenue in Burley. Right now, let's go to the line, and the lady that's going to be on our program this morning, lovely Sandra Miller. Good morning, Sandra. How are you?
Good morning. I am great. Thank you.
Well, tell us, what is your title with the Cassia County School District?
Okay. I am the curriculum director for the Cassia County School District.
Oh, I know. What do you do? Decide what is going to be taught, how it's going to be taught? Give us a little background.
Yes, curriculum director, there are several responsibilities that go along with that title, but really the most simple would be that I help all of the teachers, administrators throughout the district analyze curriculums and look at the core standards, and then we together decide the best resources to use in the classroom to help our students be successful using the standards that have been given to us by the state.
Now, I understand from this note in front of me that Cassia County was way on top of everybody with a student enrollment of 5,000 students or more, and the growth passed up every other district in the state. So I guess what you're doing with the curriculum must be working. So you need to tell Galen and the rest of them you want a 100% raise.
Oh, I'll be happy to tell him that. Okay. And I'll tell him that you said so.
Oh, go ahead.
So, yes, we are very, very excited about our SAT results. And the SAT is a college entrance exam that is given to all juniors in the state of Idaho free of charge by the State Department of Education in April. And then those results are tallied, and you are right, Zeb. We there are 12 districts with over 5,000 students in them, and of those districts, which they include Boise, Bonneville, Caldwell, Cassia, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho Falls, Meridian or West Ada, Nampa, Pocatello, Post Falls, Twin Falls, Valley View, we did show more growth than any of those districts in Cassia. Okay, now let me ask you this, Sandra, and I'm not trying to be at all funny when I say this, but how do you track this? How do you know, and what kind of criteria do they use to kind of track this to see that School A is doing better than School B? Okay, so what this information came to us from the State Department, and what they do is they take each district and all the students that are enrolled in that district, and then they take the mean score. So the mean score from 2013 was compared with the mean score of 2014. And then they were able to see how much growth occurred in each of the districts over that 1 year period. And Cassia School District showed tremendous growth in all three of the core areas of reading, math, and writing. How do you attribute that? Is it better teachers? Is it better teaching methods? Is it better students? What is it? I want to say, Zeb, that it's probably a combination of things, but I think there's a couple things that Cassia School District has initiated and implemented over the past couple of years that probably have a direct impact on these scores. One of them is that the district chose a couple years ago to start what we call a literacy assessment, grades 7 through 12. This year, we're adding kindergarten through 6th, but in the past 2 years, we've had it 7 through 12, and all of our students are asked to take a literacy assessment, and literacy is reading, writing, speaking, and listening, and so they're asked to read articles, view a video, and then respond in writing to a prompt. And then our teachers come together and we score those. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so from there, we have been able to see where our students might have some needs in their comprehension, in their writing skills, in their reading skills. And so the district has really emphasized that. And then the second area I think that probably has had a positive influence on student achievement on this test, and I need to remind everyone that the SAT is given to juniors in the state of Idaho. Okay, so our students at their junior level. This is the students last year that were juniors last year. And so the second initiative we're doing is on Mondays we have early release for students, and our teachers come together and they collaborate with one another. They talk about student achievement. They talk about challenges they have. They might bring in the core standards. They share successes, and they also discuss challenges, and they work together to improve the experience that students are having in all of our schools across the district. And I think that has been powerful and very important as far as increasing student success across the board.
Sandra, would you say, and of course you're going to be prejudiced in your answer probably towards Cassia County, and I understand that, but would you say that there is more of a personal touch in this school district than many others?
Well, I do believe that there is a definite feeling, a definite culture throughout the district in regards to student achievement and community involvement, a partnership between the district, our parents, the district, our community. And so I do believe that each of our staff members, whether it be a bus driver who picks them up first thing in the morning, or the cooks who feed them, the paraprofessionals who help the teachers with the teaching, whether it's administration, I think everybody involved in our educational system feels personally responsible for the success and well-being of all of our children. And I do feel that throughout the district. So I would have to say yes, that there is a sense of these are our kids. We own the kids, as far as their success is our success. And that's what we want for every student, regardless of what grade level or what content it is. We are pushing to help them achieve at higher levels and to be successful. We especially want them to be ready for college or career when they leave our system in 12th grade.
I can guarantee you are a lucky lady, because if I were still in high school out here in Cassia County and I was one of the math students, I would have totally destroyed your great big happy thoughts about being number one. Math was my very poor subject.
Well, you just don't know. We have some incredible math instructors that might have changed that for you.
I hope so. Anybody would have been better than Mr. Lansing. He didn't like me, and I really didn't care much for him either. Anyway, it sounds like you really got things going on the right railroad track over there in Cassia County, and kudos to you for what you do and all the teachers and the students. I mean, that's pretty impressive of a student enrollment of 5,000 or more to be numero uno. That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun and I attribute a lot of it to the students themselves. I think the students have really stepped up and put in some hard work and effort, and it has paid off for them as well. So it's really been a partnership between students, teachers, all educators, parents, the community, and we're very proud of our accomplishments.
All right, you should be. Sandra, I really enjoyed having you on the program this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I'll hopefully talk to you soon again.
I do, too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
Oh, thank
Bye-bye.
you. Very nice lady right there with the Cassia County School System, Sandra Miller. Thank you very much. Brought to you by, of course, some really good folks. A Child's World at 1308 Overland in Burley, and Ambulatory Surgery Center at 1344 Highland Avenue in Burley, bringing you school days in Cassia County. Thank you very much. We've got to get some Thanksgiving wishes in here, and then we're going to go to our next call in just a moment. I want to say from Ramsey Heating and Electric at 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley, they wish you and yours a very, very happy Thanksgiving. 57 years of warm winters and cool summers. Ramsey Heating and Electric, 2600 Overland Avenue in Burley. And along with some other great folks that are celebrating Thanksgiving wishes to you, like Pickett Equipment Company at 976 East Main in Burley. Steve and the rest of the crew at Pickett Equipment, I mean, they know bean equipment, like the one-step rod cutter and the Master Plus side pull combine, the Twin Master edible bean combine. They're known all over the world as the best. Pickett Equipment Company in Burley, wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving. Along with Berry Equipment and Rental, 465 Addison Avenue West in Twin Falls, 2331 South Lincoln Jerome, and the new location, 159 109 West Highway 30 in Burley. They've got all the equipment you need at Berry Equipment and Rental, and all the good folks to serve you. And they wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Right now, let's go to the phone lines, and I believe that we have Max Twist with Magic Valley Tire on the air with us. Max, good morning to you.
We don't.
We don't.
And I tried Lane, and he didn't answer either.
Well, gosh, that didn't work out so good, did it? The best laid plans of mice and men. I'll tell you what we'll do. Well, if you wouldn't mind, in just a moment, try that number for Max one more time, and if not,
I didn't get a number for Max. I only got a number for Lane.
Oh, well, let me give it to you. 431-8400. Okay?
431-8400?
Yeah, try that, would you please?
Dialing.
Thanks, I appreciate it. While you're doing that, this is a good time to tell you about the bookstore and more at 515 5th Street in Rupert. Annual open house, now a 3-day event. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday. That's right. And all kinds of great items on sale. 20% off Ashman beanie melts and candles. 30% off home decor items. Oh, my goodness, you better get over and check it out. 25% off Christmas decor items. 30% off books. Oh, my! You can save money and get great gifts at the bookstore and more at 515 5th Street in Rupert for their annual open house going on right now. Let's see where we're at. You got him. By golly, here's my friend. Here's my friend over at Magic Valley Tire and Paul, and that's, of course, Max Twist. How are you, Max? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Max. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you feeling anyway? It's good to have you on the air.
Oh, I've been bummed up with bronchitis for 4 or 5 days. And I think I'm getting over it.
Well, good. Max, this is winter driving season, and I wanted you to come on the air on behalf of the Les Schwab Tire Centers and tell everybody about careful winter driving and all the traction tires. You've got everything at all 7 locations, right?
Right. Yep.
And what about the brake service and the front end alignments and the shocks and struts? All they're available for everybody to stop in, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to have you on the program this morning, and I just wanted to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, and we'll be in touch, and we appreciate you taking the time to come on with us this morning.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you. I think he was having a hard time hearing me this morning, so we'll thank Gina for that extra effort of getting him on the air. And evidently, he was having a hard time hearing us with that bronchitis. And Max Twist, one of the really, really nice people, and I want to say thank you to them. Gina, what are you going to do this weekend?
I'm actually going to be working in Twin Falls with another fundraiser that we're doing, 60 Hours to Fight Hunger.
Oh, 60 hours? You're going to be on the air 60 hours straight?
Well, kind of. We'll be on location at the Linwood Shopping Center, and it's a big turkey drive that we do with the South Central Community Action Partnership.
You know, you sound like me. I've got the big fundraiser tonight for the Golden Heritage Senior Center at 5 p.m. this afternoon, going till whenever, to help garner funds for the Meals on Wheels project. I don't think people realize sometimes all the different items and involvements that disc jockeys, talk show hosts, everybody are involved in.
Oh, my plate is completely full from now until the end of the month.
Okay. And now that's with more than one station, isn't it?
Yeah. With 60 Hours to Fight Hunger, we've got Cat, Hot, The Edge, K-Bar, KFTA, and KZNO. Oh, and CART.
Oh, my goodness, you are busy. And where's that going to be, in Twin, you said?
It's going to be in Twin Falls at the Linwood Shopping Center, and we started this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we'll go until 10 o'clock Saturday night.
Well, there's so many people, and I think you'd agree with me, at this particular time of the year that maybe are having some job problems, employment problems, just money's not there, they're having a hard time trying to make ends meet, and so anything we can do to help people have either a great Thanksgiving and or a better Christmas season, we certainly will try.
Yes, and that's our goal, and so the 60 Hours to Fight Hunger that we're doing in Twin Falls, all of those are to benefit the South Central Community Action Partnership. And Scotty and Chris, they're still doing their turkey drive right now, and all of the turkeys donated will stay locally here in the Minnecaja area with Oasis Outreach, Helping Hands, Alaska's Best with their free turkey dinner, and Charlie's Cafe as well.
Real quick, you did say, and I want to reiterate this to make it as easy as possible for people, that there are locations where they can go in and literally pay for the turkey, and then what happens?
You can go in, you can buy your turkey anywhere, and you can drop it off here at the studios here in Rupert, right across the street from Minico High School. Or what you can do is go into either Swenson's or over to Stokes, buy your turkey there, and they will hold it for us, and then we will go and pick them up and then distribute them to where they need to be.
Very good. Gina, we appreciate everything you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Right now, we are going to turn this back over to the main studio.
Hold on, you need to fill some time because those aren't ready yet. It's been one of those days.
I can do that.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I'll remind everybody. Earlier this morning, my dear friend Fred Preston was on the air, and we need to call Representatives Mike Simpson today and let him know how absolutely upset we are with the Obama plan on amnesty and what's going to happen. And we need to absolutely tell Mike Simpson what our thoughts are and call his office direct. And I'm going to give you that number. It's 800-971-7441. Now, once again, I want to say that number so you can write it down. 800-971-7441. And you'll be prompted to also enter your 5-digit zip code. But tell them exactly what you think about what's happening with this administration and how absolutely upset you are with Obama and the amnesty and literally the Obama administration. Just let them know your feelings. Call her real quick. I'll take your call, and then I got to send it over to Gina real fast.
Okay, Zeb, I just noticed that this morning that crude oil was $75.11. You know, that sounds like good news to us, but if it drops below that and stays there, that stops all the exploration and expansion and everything from our oil companies. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, real quick, I'm going to tell you that $75 crude oil, if you look at the equations of how oil and the pump price was figured, you know this better than anybody. You've been in the auto business for years. When it was $75 before, we were down in the low $2 range for fuel and gasoline, and we're being absolutely still gouged to death with the United States government and this bureaucracy and the taxation structure. And I'm very concerned of what's going to happen to fuel because some of the people I've talked to, Keith, have said that this low spot is going to end soon. I've got to send it back to our main studios. I'll be right back. Thanks, Keith. God bless you.
And now back to Zeb at the Ranch on AM 1230 KBAR. To reach Zeb, call 436-2244 or toll free 1-866-927-4587. And now, here is Zeb back.
Thank you very much. Don't forget Snyder's Surplus at 112 South 200 West of Rupert. Brand new facility, brand new merchandise, and the same great, best kind of service you could ever ask for right there at Snyder's Surplus. They've got everything over there. All the wool socks to keep your toesies nice and warm, and they've got all kinds of wool blankets, and they've got, of course, all kinds of furniture, whether it's couches, chairs, filing cabinets, whatever. And believe me, just take some time, and go over there and just browse around. You're going to love it. Snyder's Surplus, really nice people at 112 South 200 West of Rupert. You stop over and see them today. Right now, we're going to get on the phone lines, and we're going to talk to old Pac-Man, Joel Packham with the Cache County Extension Educator's Office. And good morning, Joel. How are you?
Good. How are you, Zeb? Good to hear from you.
Well, it's nice to have you on the program. It's always informative. This time of the year and going through the first of the year and into January, it seems like I looked at your newsletter and boy, oh boy, are you folks busy with all kinds of different workshops and conferences. What's going on?
Well, we've just got our winter school kind of set up, and this isn't really all of them. I mean, there's more than this, but I don't necessarily have a lot to do with. So these are the ones that I have quite a bit to do with, so I tried to get people to have an idea of what's coming up in the next couple of months.
Okay, now you, as a matter of fact, while we're speaking, you are at a conference, I believe, up in the Fort Hall area. Is that right?
Yes, it's a farm family succession workshop. We brought a speaker in with, along with several sponsors, to speak on this. He's a very well-known speaker on this topic, and he's doing a great job too, by the way. So
basically, like this one, are you going to have a repeat of this farm family business succession workshop? Are you going to have kind of a repeat down in the Magic Valley area? How do you set these up?
Well, this one was again, the Farm Bureau and Idaho Ag Credit put this one together, and they kind of did it for this, just for this area. We could only get him for the one day, and anyway, so we won't have this class specifically in the Magic Valley. We will have an estate planning workshop which starts in February, on the 10th of February right in Burley. It's a 4-week course. It's one we've done before.
Mm-hmm. Now, Joel, let me ask you this. Going ahead to December 4th, I believe that's going to be on a Thursday, and you're going to have a new farm bill and crop insurance workshop, and that's going to be at the Burley Best Western Inn. Do people have to register beforehand, or tell us a little bit about that workshop?
No, they don't have to register. They can just come, and hopefully we'll have the farmers that are interested in doing anything with the farm bill there to talk about this. The Idaho Barley Commission is really kind of helping us put these on, and so we're speaking in coordination with their speakers and just trying to give people an idea of what's happening on the farm bill. Give them the tools. Actually, we're going to present tools that they can use to help them make decisions for their farm that'll affect it, for the whole life of this farm bill. That's one thing about this farm bill. When you make a decision, you make it for the life of the farm bill. So that can be pretty important that you do it that you do it as well as you can be informed about.
Well, what about farming in general, Joel? Are you seeing more and more of the families kind of break up and the kids are going into other occupations? Are you seeing possibly the other side of the spectrum to where the kids are saying, hey, there is hope in agriculture, there is a job for me in the future? What's going on?
I think we're seeing, at least in the Magic Valley, a very large insurgence of, I want to stay, what can I do, how can I be a part of this operation? And I find that very exciting, and working with these younger farmers, I think it's really been enjoyable, and is enjoyable, and I think they're a great group. They really want to learn, they're hungry to gain knowledge and learn not only the ways of their dad and the ways that have happened in the past, but they're interested in learning ways of the future too. And of course they use every bit of technology and knowledge that they can have. They are really good at that.
Joel, this year, I really have to scratch my head to see if anybody didn't make some money on the different commodities and especially the cattle, etc. But then all of a sudden August came along and we had devastating rains, and that had to hurt a lot of people.
Yeah, that was devastating. I can't even express the poor guys that we're counting on $7 wheat and a barley, hopefully got somewhere around $3 for it, hopefully, if they were able to move it. And it was tragic, very much. And I think we're seeing the ramifications of that when we get into fertilizer sales here for the fall. I've heard several fertilizer guys say, yeah, people are just kind of hanging back a little bit. They kind of got stung, and it has really hurt.
What do you look for as kind of a projection for next year? Does everything look fairly strong, whether it's hay, whether it's the barley, the wheat, the cattle prices? I looked at this thing, and of course I don't have a crystal ball any more than you do, but it looks like 2015 could be another good year for agriculture.
Well, just funny you should ask that. On the 10th of December, we have an Ag Market Outlook Conference in Burley, and those are the things we are going to discuss in detail for every commodity that we grow and inputs that we purchase. And so we encourage people to come to that because they're going to get an idea of what the future is according to at least the best people that we can find on some of those. And so, we just try to give everybody a market outlook. But I think you're right. I think this year looks like it's going to be very positive, and as long as the weather holds and things hold together, it should be a great year for the farmers.
You know, Joel, there's so much that people don't realize about your job as an extension educator. I mean, this is just one little item on a big plate, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, yeah. This is there's lots of things going, and we sure encourage people to just try to, get the information that they want. I mean, obviously, they have their choice, and we just encourage them to get all the information they can.
Now, what about information on these schools and workshops? I have the newsletter in front of me, but in case somebody doesn't have the newsletter, how would you encourage them to keep up on what's coming up in the future and make sure they can note it on their calendar?
Well, they can always just give our office a call or send me an email. I would be glad to send anything out that I can send them about future meetings, and we'll do all we can to keep them informed about what's coming up. If they'll just call us, or you can email the office or email me personally. That either way, we would try to get you all the information. And I think we do have our newsletter up on our website too.
Okay.
The Cassia County Extension website. If you just Google that or put that in the Google search, they'll find our website, and they can go look at this newsletter, and it has everything in there. At least these announcements, and then we will put on there that people can actually sign up for those. We haven't done that yet, but we will try to get that done too, because we do have that capability now.
Okay. Joel, while I got you on the line, anything else that you want to say regarding the Cassia County Extension Office and you as an educator? Anything else that they should be aware of as we draw to a close of 2014?
Well, I think people have to admit that we still live in one of the greatest places on earth, and I think we've been very blessed this year to have, for the most part, pretty darn good crops and with pretty darn good prices. And I think that we just need to go forward. I see this farming, that lifestyle being very important to us and to where we live and to what we do, and it's exciting to be a part of that. And I just hope that people have stuff that they want to attend and meetings that they want to attend, that they get a hold of it, and we'll be glad to get them involved with that.
All right. Joel Packham, I know you're busier than a one-legged man in a kicking contest, so I'll let you go, but God bless you. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much.
Jeff, you too.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much to Joel Packham, Extension Educator for Cassia County, and appreciate him being on the program this morning. All kinds of great workshops and seminars coming up, and go to their website and find out more about them. Right now, we're going to go and have a little update on the weather with MichaelRogersWeather.com. And the weather is brought to you this hour by Scarrows Meats, 331 North Road, Jerome. The number to call, 324-7657. Everything they sell is guaranteed. And I'll tell you what, how does a smoked ham or a smoked turkey sound for Thanksgiving? Well, you'd better order yours right now today, right now, 324-7657. They sell taste one bite at a time. Scarrows Meats in Jerome, 324-7657. Here now, Michael Rogers Weather.
Hello, everyone. Michael Rogers for Zen at the Ranch as we getting ready to work our way toward the weekend there. We got some weather action that's possibly going to be happening. Got a mixture of sun, clouds, a little bit more clouds than sun for today, and you're going to be pretty much increasing into the clouds through much of today and also for tonight, with a slight chance of snow going into tomorrow and Thursday. And then you're going to be looking for some rain as you work your way toward the weekend. So as this system pulls through from where you're at, it's going to be just a mixture. Well, I'd like to always say you're going to get everything but the kitchen sink. Other than that, temperatures are going to be in the low to mid-30s for the daytime highs and the low 20s for the overnight lows. For the weather, still what do you got?
All right, thank you very much, Michael. Brought to everybody this hour by Scarrows Meats, 331 North Road, Jerome, selling taste one bite at a time, 324-7657. I'm going to give away another ticket right now to the Pilgrim Pride Dinner, and the Pilgrim Pride Dinner is going to be tonight at the Golden Heritage Senior Center right there on Overland Avenue. And I really hope, if you're going to win this ticket, you got to use this ticket, and we'll have it at the door with your name on it if you can come up with the right answer. And this is an easy easy one. I'm kind of going back into the days of the old TV westerns right now. All you have to do is give me the name of the actor. The actor that played Tonto in the Lone Ranger series. Yep, what was the name of the Indian actor that played Tonto on the Lone Ranger series? And the first person to call 436-2244 or 1-866-927-4587 will win the ticket to go to the big dinner, Pilgrim Pride dinner, this afternoon starting at 5 o'clock. And we already have a caller. Good morning, you're on the air.
Yes, Zeb. I think it's Ed Ames.
No.
I must be fouled up.
You have got the wrong series. You've got the wrong Indian. You got the wrong answer.
Well, the other day, I don't know if you remember watching Johnny Carson and Ed Ames and the Hatchet.
Oh, I remember it well. I remember it well. Thank you. Hey, listen, all I can say is, nah, you didn't get it right.
Hey, I'm going to call back in a minute if you got open phones for a little while and tell you something, but I'll hang up.
All right, Randy, thank you much. Appreciate it. We got another call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Jay Silverheels.
Who is this?
This is your best friend, Keith.
This sounds like Keith caught him, and I've got your name on this ticket because it was Jay Silverheels. You're right. Thank you.
But I cannot make it tonight because I have a other teaching commitment. And so I would like to donate this to somebody who cannot afford it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll leave it at the door, and with your name on it, and somebody that comes in, we'll just pick a number between 1 and 10, and we'll give it to somebody as a free entry. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right,
Thanks,
Keith.
Ed.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you much. Calls welcome, 436-2244, 1-866-927-4587. Give me a call on the landline. We just had the weather forecast and cruising for a fun night tonight at the Golden Heritage Senior Center. Again, I want to reiterate that the proceeds, we're going to try to help the Meals on Wheels program and help all the shut-ins. So please, everybody try to be in attendance and bring the kids. Bring the kids. We've got games for the entire family. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, Zeb, you know how the other day I was talking about Nucor, and that was a good thing,
yeah.
And United States steel making, and the low price of natural gas, which was a positive thing. And then the other day I ran into another story about right now, and I know you know this, but the world's reserve currency, in other words, everything that's traded in the world is traded in dollars.
Yep.
The price of a barrel of oil is across this nation, the world, is priced at $75.11, like Keith said earlier. Okay, for a barrel of oil. So when the world's reserve currency is $1, then that is good for the world, but it's also good for America and American businesses. Well, there has been a lot of talk about the demise of the world reserve currency being the dollar, and even though China and Russia are trying to somehow change that, they have backed off on it because the American dollar has regained some strength. And I would propose to you that after this election, that it's even going to go stronger. And so across this world, when America seems to be America as it should be, there are people, let's say this, maybe not governments, some governments, that are very emboldened, encouraged, and relieved, like our buddy from New Zealand, Mr. Loudon. And he was very concerned, and so this is a very positive thing And it's just some more good news that, I think people need to know about.
Randy, it's interesting that you bring up, we'll talk about energy just a little bit. And you've heard me talk about the price of gas and diesel on this program extensively over the years. And you also heard me a week ago or so when the USA Today, and here's a newspaper that I've always thought, was entertaining to read. And it's kind of a liberal newspaper, but they do have a lot of different diversified stories in there, and that's why I subscribe to it. But one of the headlines on the financial page, and I'm not going to give it exactly, I'm going to give you a paraphrase. It was almost like they were shocked that with the lower price of energy, people had more spendable cash to help the economy. It makes you wonder how dense or dumb people are that they can't relate energy prices to the economy and what people are spending.
Well, I don't know, Zeb. It's Economics 101, and it's just like, if you've ever talked, I was talking to a University of Washington, I don't know if she was a graduate or she was in the middle of her economic studies, and that was her major, and her lack of understanding of how basic Economics 101 work was shocking. But you see, across this nation, the hierarchy of our universities is so tainted towards socialism that if you really, and I mean, I'm going to tell you, Zeb, not that I read any more than anybody else, but I just get to the point where I'm just, consuming information as hard and as fast as I possibly can, so I know the facts. But you see, when you're misled by professors who have the ends justify the means mentality, we got problems.
Well, look at away from energy and look at Obamacare. Look and listen to the people that were duped by Jonathan Gruber. Look and listen to the people that thought he could walk on water with his very smart intonations about how he knew everything about health care and how stupid the American public was. And you know what, Randy? Because we don't pay attention to what's going on, maybe there's some common sense to the point that we are stupid and we better wake up before we let the Jonathan Grubers of the world take us over.
Well, I tell you what, he is right to a point, and that's the reason why the Tea Party is so hated. It's not because they necessarily hate us, they do, but what they are, they're fearful of us till hell won't have it, because they know that this is an informed group of folks, and like yesterday, Doug from Colorado.
Yeah.
He said it wasn't because the slothful didn't show up. It was because the Patriots did. And I'm going to tell you, let's hope that is a precedent that is set to, for the future of this country.
I agree. Randy, it's always good to hear from you, my friend. And to you and yours, a very happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody. And let's remember that, the blessings that we have, if we appreciate what we've got, we'll get more.
I believe that. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you. I tell you what, so much going on, and I ask you every day to get involved. And now, I'm also going to tell you, hey, listen, tune in the television tonight at 6 o'clock and listen to what Obama says. Make your own notes on what he says. Compare what's being said. Compare with what's being done. And watch out for the possible infringement on our laws and our Constitution by this president. Wrap things up by saying about our friends at your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. All 7 locations serving you for the best of wintertime driving, and you've heard the forecast. More snow on the way, more cold on the way, more ice on the way. My goodness, be ready for wintertime driving with the traction tires and, of course, all the tires that are pinned for studs and the tire chains. They've got them all. They've got them all at your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Centers. You stop in and see them today, and don't forget to check out all the batteries that you might need. Have your battery checked, and if it's not going to do the job, get a new one right there while you're there. And make sure that you can start and get going on those cold winter mornings. And don't forget, too, the very best in brake service, and I mean that, the very best. They really care. Stop in and see Lane and Rupert, Dave on Blue Lakes and Twin, Mike and Buell, Mike and Jerome, the Twist family in Paul, John on Poline in Twin Falls, and Randy on Overland in Burley. You better believe it, the best. Your Magic Valley Les Schwab Tire Center serving you. Okay, once again, Golden Heritage Senior Center is going to have the first annual Pilgrim's Pride Thanksgiving dinner starting at 5 p.m. this afternoon and going to whenever. Stop in, only $5 a ticket, turkey and ham and all the trimmings and door prizes and raffles and games. Please come out and support this event with the proceeds, of course, helping to support the Meals on Wheels. All right? And we're going to wrap it up for the rest of this week and say I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that you have a great time with your family and whatever you're doing this weekend, but be careful out there. By the way, Gina, have a great weekend with Kennedy, and next Thursday, what are you going to do on Thanksgiving, by the way? I forgot to ask.
Next Thursday, I'm going to be donating some of my time to deliver meals to the inbound who cannot make it out to the Rupert Elks for the free turkey feed. Other than that, just kind of chill out. I may be knocking on your door. You never know.
Well, if you don't, I'm going to be offended.
Okay.
All right. Well, and I'll save some pie.
Ooh, please do.
I will. Okay. God bless everybody. The way things were, the way things ought to be. Zev at the Ranch. See you Monday.